What is happening? And welcome to your Thursday Night Delight. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Sean the Right Way. And joining me, as always, it's Qui-Gon Him. We're talking about Brent from Brent's Bricks.
I've left that nickname there for too long at this point. Oh well.
And back once again, two of our most popular guests. And Brent, it's that time of year. They're busting out videos like crazy. They're spreading the love like crazy. And you know your boys, we had to bring them in to the Girth gang. I'm talking about the one and only, rocking those Brett the Hitman Heart shades. Look at them. And their autograph, folks.
Drippy.
We're talking about the Wolf of Bricks.
Or Wolf of Drip, because of those shades.
And again, joining us, a great friend of the show. Third, fourth appearance, I'm not sure. Amazing dude, good friend. We're talking about Stud City.
Or
The show.
the King of Walmart, did we say last time?
He is the king of Walmart, that's true. He's a season ticket holder. This show, this fun thing we do each and every week, is a couple of brickheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
111? Is that the number of this one?
We are at 111. Couple of brickheads live October 19th. We are knee, no. We are waist, no. We are chest deep into the holiday season. And again, like I said in the intro, I had to call the boys. Now, I've been feverishly trying to pay attention to all the deals and just wild scenarios going out. We're seeing some stuff, guys, that I don't think any of us have seen deal-wise, especially directly from Lego. We're going to jump into that big time. But just in general, how the hell are you guys? I haven't seen you in a while.
Dude, it's an honor to be back, man. It's actually been, I think the last time I was on, well, probably excluding Brick World Chicago, was, I think we had a couple seasons, a couple eps for Black Friday, maybe a little pre-Black Friday. So stoked to be back. Great time to be back because things are heating up. It's getting wild out there. The deals have been rolling, and I feel like our channels are feeling it, right? Like the community's like soaking it up, and I love it. I'm so excited. I'm pumped and happy to be here, man. Thanks for inviting me.
No, I love to see it, and it's so cool too, Jim. When it's when it's your job and you're excited about it. And I know this is like peak season for you as well. I know you're fired up.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Every year, I look forward to be honest, not just selling, but buying more and more and more. I had a great experience last year with the Ford F-150s at $50. Regular price was $100. I haven't seen, with the exception of the Batmobile, the Technic Batmobile, no hate on that, but I don't think it's the best fit. I'm still looking for this year's F-150 Raptor.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Speaking of,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, since we all were at Brick World, and speaking of that, there was a lot of good deals popping up even before I made it to Chicago. Like I had all this money, saved to go up to Chicago, and I ended up, making a couple good Walmart runs, in Ohio here and even in Chicago. I ended up, well, I know you mentioned the Technic Batmobile. I bought just one for myself because I like the movie. But
Right.
even that at $50, and I found one. And shout out to Lego CPA because I mentioned to him, he went searching for one and found one for $50. He's a big Technic guy though.
Nice.
So, but yeah, it's good to see that. It's good to have the deals back, man.
And guys, we have to of course acknowledge the Girth gang. They are showing up early. They are showing up often.
Pre-play gang.
Pre-play gang in the house. We actually have some pre-game supers, Brent, which is kind of becoming a thing around here, which is
Right?
unbelievable.
I think it happened for the
So,
first time last week. We were like, dang, man.
and
Super popping up early.
I just have to get this out right at the start, boys. Very exciting. We hit 2K. We hit 2,000
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
subs. And when I say we, I mean you guys out there. You really drove it. We put out the call. I think we were we were like 15 short. I did a little. I'm like, come on, guys, let's get this activated. You know, I don't like to grovel for it, but when you're so close, I was just like, let's scratch that itch and get past that, and let's start coasting towards 3 and 5 and wherever this thing can go. So, huge shout out to everybody for hitting 2K. It just gives you that little extra motivation, knowing that what we're doing, you guys are digging and you're watching out there. So, it makes you do things like when your internet's down, go and ask a buddy to use their basement. That's what.
Did you even explain your sitch right now?
No. So,
I mean,
I just had a string of bad luck.
He's been in hotels. He's been on the road. He's been here and there. And
I get off my flight today. I flew in from Louisville from a work thing to find out the internet's down, and I just had to make a backup plan to make this show happen. Well, at least for me. Otherwise, you were going to get the car Sean, or maybe an avatar Sean, you know. But I was like, nah, we got too much. We got 2 of my good buds on, and we got 2K. Like, I can't miss this one. We'll make it work. So there you go. And so let's Brent, let's go ahead and hit this real quick. We had Muttley 77 with a massive super. Let's get this going.
Man, Muttley coming through with that 20 spot. Massive congrats on the 2K again, guys. Looking forward to catching the replay. Hey, shout out to the UK, man. Even showing up just to drop that 20. That special edition episode is coming soon. UK fans with early starts just can't make it for the light. Yeah, man, I know how it is, but you guys are dedicated. Some of you show up in the middle of the morning for a sec just to say what's up. Shout out to all the pre-play gang who are here. Yeah, man. As we said earlier, pre-play gang showing up strong. Muttley, thank you so much for the 20 spot.
All right, we got another one for you, dude. Brickman in the house.
Brickman USA, another familiar face. What is going on? Congrats on $2 for 2K. Hey, man, look at that. Congrats on 2K. Thanks for all the great content. Hey, man, we're just here having fun. You know, 111 episodes into this. We just hang out, man. You guys are just along for the ride. We appreciate that. Oh, another one coming through. Kevin.
It looks like a Jim fan.
Evening from Australia. Hi, Jim and gang. Yeah, came here for the Wolf. Thank you for the $2.99. Were all those pre-play gang?
Yeah, that was all pre-play.
Holy smokes,
gang, dude. That's
nice.
Pretty wild, right?
I didn't even put like 2K in like the thumbnail or anything, but it's dope that people notice. Thanks, guys.
Listen, we sometimes have, we'll call them busy, you know, thumbs, which, you know, it's definitely.
I try to simplify them.
An ACOB thing, but I gave Brent a really tough assignment today. I was like, let's get all the boys in there and let's get some retail going. And you know,
I felt like we all looked very handsome on it. I'm just saying.
We did.
It was top tier thumbnail.
I had the dual wield like money signs behind Cristo, the hundos sticking out from behind Jim, you know.
And Jim, I had to put you were wearing Bret Hart, but you were doing the "What you gonna do, brother?" You know.
Well, I googled. So if you Google Bobby the Brain Heenan, there's one of those things, right?
Yeah. That's right. He does that, and then he also does the one with his pointing at the brain too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So huge shout out to you guys. And, I think before we go anywhere else, we already called some out, Brent, but let's go ahead and let's welcome that Girth gang, and then we'll get started on everything. We'll go away from feeding the ducks. We'll play a little new instrumental, Brent. Let's see what everybody feels about this one.
Yeah, it's throwing out there. You know, we're without our normal music.
Takes a minute, but it's a nice bop.
It's nice. It's nice. Pre-play gang. Matthew coming through. As we said earlier, man, pre-play gang showing up strong. We got Crofty. Oh, I just clicked the wrong button and went all the way to the bottom of the new chat. But Brickman USA, thank you so much for tuning in. Followed it up with the super. Special shout out to Dave, channel member, coming through. We got Max Bricks. Walther coming through. Cooper. Just all you beautiful names. Returning names. Crawler J, what's good? Did somebody say Mayo? I just did. My bricks and me. We got Ricky Bricky. What's good? Lat Lego CPA. Dark Helmet. Wolf of Bricks coming through with a let's go. Where to go? There it is. Phoenix. We got Chess. I'm still in the pre-play gang, man. It's crazy. Brickman USA. Kevin, what is good? I'm probably saying people's names twice at this point. Thomas, what's good? We got alternate candidate. I feel like if y'all are new and I've never seen you before, welcome in. I feel like I'm seeing a couple new ones. We got Brick Jedi showing up. Special shout out, channel member.
Start your engines.
Start your engines. Let's see.
This beat is hard though.
Bada Bricks. I feel like maybe that's a new name. Welcome in. We got True Squadron. Dave Bricks coming through. Parkdale Playboy coming through. What's good? Fabu Brick, aka Life Bricks. Undercover Tyler. We got Todd coming through. Speaking of Tyler, we got Tyler right here chilling in the chat. What's good? I think I'm about all caught up here. No, we got Brickmaster Harry in the
Roll down,
What is
dude.
good?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, dude. There's so many comments. Super Andrew coming through. We got Chris B. What up, Chris?
First live ACOP. Shout out.
See, I knew I saw some new ones. Sorry, I'm going fast, guys. Shout out to Chris B. We got Just Bricking Around. Special shout out, another channel member. Congrats on the 2K. Thank you, sir. We got Jaden Weeks. Man, thank you all so much for tuning in. I think I'm finally
Caught up.
West Coast Bricks, who may or may not be popping in at some point tonight. Who knows?
That'd be good.
What up, Pickle? Oh, he changed his name. So we got some name changers out there. So they may be, What up, Gillian? Tuning in. All right. I think I'm caught up.
Ooh.
Malinati's. That reminds me of like a pizza place or something.
Illuminati's, yeah.
Right.
Out of Chicago.
Moments of the magic. What's good? There we go. Rune, what's good? If I missed you, sorry. But thank you all so much for tuning in. So many comments.
All right. Well, we'll get into. There's not a whole lot in the, the Falcons' nest this week. I mean, it's really just about the. He's taken a well-deserved break, it seems. On Falcon fans' page city. So, anybody's thoughts? Just as a set, Jim. Way too early to talk about your specialty of buying into this thing, and it's probably out of your price range. But just as a fan, let's go with that. How do you feel about this Avengers Tower? We'll start with City. What do you think of that bad boy?
Man, I had a call with my uncle. We thought it's awesome. It looks incredible, right?
How many is he getting?
I told him the price, and even he was like, "They're getting outrageous, like $530. Like it's getting outrageous." But it does look incredible. And I'm not a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm gonna buy it day one, but it's really hard not to. I feel like.
Yeah.
Just because the sheer hype around that set. So,
is there any chance you can get one through your little deal?
Unfortunately, no. I would have gotten it already.
Got it. Okay.
I got some other heaters in inventory, but we'll save that for another.
All right. Jim, your thoughts as a fan, and if you want to give a little long term on that one, what are you thinking about it?
I mean, here's the deal. Is it a beautiful set? Yes. I mean, it is a super cool set. I mean, I said in a short one time, what does the Hulkbuster and the Black Panther bust have in common? Who's going to spend that full price, right? I'm actually thinking about doing YouTube short the first day of the release, although that is Black Friday, so that might be a little bit skewed. But I mean, I'm going to pass. Listen, Marvel back in the day, which was 5, 6, 7 years ago, that tower would have been king, right? But I love
the
Brixie.
Brand is cold. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And I love Brixie, and I'm saying to myself, okay, if Brixie buys this, where's he? Like, is he going to put it next to the Cinema Palace, or I mean, you could sandwich it into the other Marvel ones, but gorgeous set.
Do you think it goes on sale though, in the long?
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think is more likely to go on sale? The Avengers Tower or the Shadowbox Batcave?
Oh, Batcave.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe both.
I would say both. I'd be strongly. I'm not a betting man, but I think I'd bet that this set goes on sale in the long term, not right away, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the gunship at 125% off.
Star Wars.
I
Star
mean,
Wars.
anything could happen, right?
That's
Did
true.
did the Bugle ever go on sale, like
Not through
directly
Lego.
from Lego.com?
Not through Lego.
No, it
went
actually
up.
went up in price.
Yeah.
It used to be 300.
Oh well, right,
Yeah.
yeah, the price
Yeah.
got hit with the
So, and now it's
Sweet.
350, which I still think is a screaming deal. And if
I
any
agree.
of you guys don't have that Bugle, it's
Must
beautiful.
buy.
And
I
I
gotta get
definitely
it.
think that side by side with the tower is a nice little
Yeah.
combo. One of the things that has come up a few times, and maybe it's just us snobs who are in it, not necessarily the normies. And shout out to Life Bricks here. Here you go. That's the comment I was looking for. We're seeing all these city videos. You mentioned Brixie. Your uncle, I'm not sure, city, but it does seem like because they took so GD long to get a UCS style set of this,
Yeah.
there's a lot of customs. And if you go to any conventions, Avengers Towers are up there in the ranks with Death Stars and, whatever other sets are just like overplayed kind of comedy
Right.
at this point. Do you think there's any credence to that? Or, I mean, I don't know that that's going to affect it too much. I do think that the fact that the license is kind of icy right now is going to affect it more than anything. But then again, it's Black Friday. People are in that spending mood. It's something people have always wanted. I'm really curious how it's going to do. But then it's expensive AF. Like there's so many weird factors going on, and I'm not sure. Are we going to see a back order? Let me start there, City. You do the launch nights. Are we going to see a back order next morning?
I wouldn't be betting on it.
Okay.
I would not be betting.
Jim, do you think
on
this
it.
goes into back order? Do you think it sells out in stores? Do you think they're going to get a lot of copies? Like, what do you think is going to happen here?
I mean, I think it will sell out and be back ordered when they drop the price $150.
I mean, that's a fair. That's a fair.
You're
statement.
saying we're going to get through Christmas season clean with that thing always being in stock.
It depends on the market, right? If Lego's just COVID times, right? There's nothing on the market, right? Modulars are sold out.
Right.
All the big D2C sets are sold out. There's no availability. That's the set that's just picked, right? Like that's a whole different scenario. But as current supply is, no, I don't think that many people are buying that set. The only sellout there will be is the Chicago Lego stores that get 3 copies of the freaking set. Of course. I'm willing to
High
bet.
population cities, yeah.
I'm willing to bet the Chicago stores sell out with all 3 sets they get in stores. But as far as online, I don't see it happening.
Shout out to Padawan HQ over in the UK. This is what we're talking about, guys. I don't know if he sets an alarm. I think one time he said he had to take a leak. I'm not really sure. But he gets up around whatever it is. What are we at? 2 in the morning over there?
It's like 2 a.m. for him, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Padawan for tuning in. We understand, if you need to go back to replay, gang, but thank you for taking the leak with us, sir. We appreciate
biggest
you.
box of boys rapper.
Yeah.
Out
Cheers, as they say,
Oh yeah.
And again, guys, if you guys haven't seen Padawan HQ on Instagram, he pretty much makes box of boys content, which is fantastic. So huge shout out to him and for his girl for being a good sport about it seems. So
He's got some other funny ones about like the magazines. He's always like, "Oh man, I'm so excited the new magazine came out," but and then like make some joke about like it's great for everyone except for America.
Yeah,
you guys don't get them.
Yeah, we don't get the little polyfigs out there.
Yeah.
Moments going out on a limb. It's going to sell faster than BTS.
I think. Here's my take on this.
5.5 times the price, but
3 months later, BTS on Amazon right now, 35-40% off? Just saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got mine on Walmart. Remember that? I think you posted that, City. One of you guys did.
I did a Walmart one too.
50% off. So
Crazy.
Yeah. I think I also paid. I paid pretty low for mine.
At that point, though, do you not load up for parts? Like that's a pretty decent price, right?
It's a decent parts pack too. I mean, it's got. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere buried over there, but it's got some good pieces in there.
And
I was talking to JB, who was a designer on that.
yeah, shout out to JB. He
got
hangs
him to
out
sign mine,
sometimes.
of course.
Yeah, shout out to JB.
It made
Shout out to
it made
JB.
it worth it buying that set all the more because like I might not ever build it, but I don't have any other signed Lego sets by the designer, so that was a cool thing to take home.
Since Padawan is up at least temporarily,
snap.
we'll go ahead and run a box of boys check. Did any of you pick up a box of boys today, or I didn't. I was on a flight, got right here. Like,
I picked some up last week, but I'll tell you, I don't know. I think
we'll count it. You got one to flash? Let's see.
Well,
right here.
I think I showed this
Give me
last week,
Give me a little nip.
but I have a whatnot order, and I mean it's a bag of boys
We'll take it.
Ooh.
Take the
from
bag.
whatnot. It might not be a box of boys, but it's 501st, from the 501st battle pack without the helmet holes and stuff. But no box of boys, but a bag of boys, a little bubble mailer of boys from
There you go.
whatnot.
Now, Jim, do you go hard on any of the current battle packs, or are they not there yet? Is $15.99 not juicy enough for you?
I mean, I go after the Republic tank, and I said this to you in a text message one time where I said, listen, I don't know how you did it, but my son came up to me and said, hey, can you help me build the box of boys? And I was like, wait, what? Like, where the heck did you get that from? And he's like, I heard you say that one time, and next thing you know, tomorrow he's bound to say full price Jones, right? So you're changing the language in the.
I mean, I've always done this, but I guess maybe the rest of the world hasn't been exposed to it.
I got a box of Endor's Heroes.
I didn't realize I was muted.
And I got a box of Lukes. I got like 200 Lukes.
That's a box of boys
Ooh.
still.
That's
technically, I
a
guess.
box of boys.
Wait, hold that up. Which one is that, Jim?
Wait, is that Luke or Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Those are sick. I have like 2 of them. I think I gave one to a buddy, but I made sure to get that because I love collecting all those 20th anniversary sets. I don't have every single one, but I got most of them.
Well, there you go. And speaking of box of boys, Jim, and sounds like your son's picking up on what we got going on here. We do need to mention, Brent, with the holiday season, just out of respect, that we do have still limited stock. Some sizes are out from what I understand, but we do have the box of boys shirt available on Etsy. Huge shout out to Stud Sidious. Get well soon, buddy. He's not feeling so hot, but he'll be back soon. We'll get some more designs going, but we do have box of boys. We got the Ahsoka inspired. We still got a lot of other great stuff in the catalog. But Jim, I mean, you imagine Santa Claus left your baby boy a box of boys shirt under the tree.
Absolutely. I mean, I have his stocking right here. I mean, we could go ahead and let me just say, man. I mean, I feel like I wanted to talk to you an hour before the show. The artwork on that merch.
You mean this merch?
To be honest,
I
on
love
all
the
of
heaters,
them,
man.
when you had that heater shirt with the Thrasher font,
That one's cool too.
I mean, that's top tier.
It should be just the right there.
Right there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean,
so yeah, guys, if
We
you're
need more hats. We only have one hat. We need
it's Christmas season. Get it on the list.
We
Just
need
go
some
to
beanies in there.
That's true. Go to Etsy, search ACOB. All the goodness will come up. And like I said, we'll work on some new designs soon. But I think we got a pretty good catalog out there if you guys are interested. All the fun phrases and hijinks and whatnot that we have out here.
I think I said last week, I'm like, here's a great gift. All right. You buy that box of boys shirt from our merch store, link in Instagram bio.
I see where you're
It's
going.
Champion fabric too, by the way. Champion shirt. You wrap a box of boys in the shirt.
Oh,
So when they open the shirt, they think it's just a box of boys shirt, but then there's actually a box of boys within the shirt. It's
Guys,
a pretty great idea.
genius.
I might just tell my wife to just do it, even though it won't be a surprise, but just
do it.
I'm like, here's what I want.
just burrito my box of boys inside.
Exactly.
Box of boys burrito. Let's do it. That's what we
Yeah.
need. Make a shirt. Sidious, where are you? We need a box of boys burrito.
Black Friday sale on our merch, Tyler's saying? Maybe.
Yeah, no, I think we can. We can hook that up. We'll definitely get something going on that. Padawan HQ. Again, if you want to see the shirt in real life, they ran out of my size. I'm gonna get one just to, I don't know, for the culture, but they don't even have my size, Jim. I need to go on that diet, But he's grabbing the bottle. He's speaking up. That's awesome. Box of Boys Inception. There you go. So yeah, guys, just to mention those. Don't want to get into it too heavy. All right. Any other news this week? I mean, I think just Avengers Tower kind of won the week after a couple of really crazy weeks of reveals, quite frankly. Jim, I'm sure you saw it. We had the Falcon on last week. He gave us a really good nugget. City, I don't know if you caught it, but
It was a nugget.
it was a pretty big nugget.
We can talk about that nugget again.
Let's
we might
talk
as well.
about the
There's
nugget
100
real
people
quick.
here.
Yeah, I mean, we pressed him. We're like, you got to give us something. And Mario was the topic, and he heavily alluded to the fact that we are going to get minifigures, like proper Mario minifigures. Hopefully, was it maybe summer of 24, Brent, something like that?
I remember what the exact quote was.
Oh, that's why
I
you're
don't
here.
want to get our boy in trouble,
I make shit up. Go ahead.
but he just said a certain YouTuber who may be named Just Too Good, who may have expressed themselves on how they haven't been, digging the Mario sets, someone who wants Mario minifigures. And Falcon said that certain somebody is going to be very happy with this, the Mario stuff on the way. So, could mean minifigures. I think it without a doubt means that even if we don't get Mario minifigures, I do think that we are at least gonna get more of the really good Nintendo kind of sets. I mean, whether they're Mario or just Nintendo, like another kind of I want them to do a buildable like GameCube. That lends itself so perfectly to Lego. It's a cube, or even the N64. I know that's not like Mario, but it's Nintendo. But it's just a side thought.
I love Just Too Good. I love Just Too Good's takes. However, with these two guys here, especially, I think yes, that's cool that they're considering her take on that. However, as these two boys below will tell you, something needed to happen with Mario, because if you go to, you're looking for a last minute holiday gift, and you roll into a Walm's the 23rd or the 24th, if you're a real jerk, of December, you'll have the pick of the proverbial litter of all the Mario sets. And it's been that way for the last 3 Christmases, boys. And so
fair statement.
I think if you just give the people what they want, I don't know. I know they make the PVC figures. There's a lot of other figures out there. It could be one of those deals where Mario specifically can't have figs because it's tied up. Maybe that's coming to term in 24. Maybe that's what's happening. Because as you guys know, the movie came out last year that there's a lot of figs crawling around on that one. That could be a thing. I don't know that. It's just
made $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's just a hunch.
I'd army build Toad for sure. Well, on the contrary, I know Super Mario. Obviously, that theme is steered towards kids. But like when you say Super Mario, do you include like the set behind me, right? Like the NES, or like
that's why I brought it up. Yeah,
the Mighty Bowser. I think those sets are tremendous. I think they're phenomenal sets, right? And it's far less frequent we've seen sales on sets like those, like the good ones, or like the Piranha Plant that just came out. Is that going to go on sale?
Bowser had a couple of nice ones. I think Best Buy in particular had one. It was like 30-40% off. I missed it by like an hour or something, but
I mean, I know we're going to get into it.
I don't think it was 40. I think it was 30.
It was 30. It was just not enough. I was like, I can get it cheaper.
I had it. And when I say I missed it, by the way, I had it in cart and I was on a work call and I was like, it ain't going to sell. Oh, it did. Yeah, and what's weird is they put it on sale during the height of the Peaches stuff, and I was like, Peaches. So they well timed by them, and I don't know. It tells me it's probably going to happen again. But to answer your question, City, I think they've been too few and far between. I think there's probably 4 or 5 good sets that have come to that. I would say you got your NES, you got your Bowser, you got your question mark. I think Bowser's Airship is tremendous. And then what's the other one we like?
The Piranha plant.
The Piranha. And there's maybe one more that's halfway decent. But the point is, besides the Piranha plant, everything else has been, and I guess the airship was only 100, at retail. But the point is, like anything, it was missing that sort of gateway drug for a certain subset of collectors to really get them into the theme. Yeah, we just needed the figs.
Just need the figs. Yeah.
I think it was cool that they sort of started that way, but man, those courses, I mean, there's just so much dust out there. And, the figs were weird. I don't know. I just think if they just played it straight, and I bet, again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, guys. We're sitting there pointing fingers, blaming. It could have been Nintendo. It could have been just flat out the license was tied up, So
yeah, I not to drag Land into this, but I thought the Mario question block. I thought it was a great set, $200, and my biggest complaint, right? Because I do those reviews. My biggest complaint was it was missing that one thing, and that one thing is exactly what you just said. So like hearing that from you, like it reassures myself. I said it's missing that one thing, whether that be a minifig or another like buildable character or something. That's what it was missing. That one step up. So I mean, hopefully they hear the fans, because I know I'm not the only one. Clearly.
Can you imagine like a Bowser big fig? Man, I know we've had buildable Bowsers,
like the Marvel ones, like little,
like Thanos-ish size, or like the Sandy from Monkey Kid.
A Bowser mech.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bowser mech would be kind of fire.
That would be kind of good.
Because because you could display that Bowser mech next to the big Bowser. My wife actually wants the Bowser set, which is crazy because I'm like, it's pretty expensive. She's like, I want it, and like, I'm like, now you understand when I want a set, but it's expensive, and you're like, but if it checks all the boxes for you, But no, Bowser mech would be sick.
all right, let me get this going.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For me to screen share, I have to drop and add back. 1 second, guys. Brent, continue on, because we're gonna get into our topics here. I have to open a page.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do your thing. We're definitely gonna. Oh, Sean's gone. He'll be right back. Now we definitely need to get some more likes in here, guys. We literally are half an hour in, and we are so bad at reminding you guys to like, comment, whatever, share, follow us on Instagram, do all those things. But we suck at telling people to do those things. But that's why, like, when Tyler's around, he's like, give us 30 more likes, and if you don't, we'll end the stream. I'll never come on ACOB again until we get 100 likes.
Yeah.
Hey, 100 likes, or I'm not giving out any Lego deals anymore.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, shout out to
108 in that chat. Let's go. Let's get that up. Yeah, shout out to Mark. Go ahead.
Shout out to Mark right here.
All right, boys. This is what we all came for. Let's get into the main event. We got no time to waste. Look, tonight we're here to talk holiday deals. Now, both Jim and Christo both are investors. It doesn't have to necessarily be about that. You guys know that's kind of a polarizing topic. So I think this advice could be dual purpose. I think if you're looking to stock up on stuff, it is a good time if that's for you. I also think it's a good time for gift giving. And I also think it's a great time for being a little selfish. And if there's some stuff that you've wanted just for yourself, I think these tips apply to all. So everyone in the chat, if you're not into the investing thing, it's cool, man. But if you are, we got two great guys here to talk to you about it. I think I said all I need to say there. It is a little bit polarizing, and we do hear a little chirping every once in a while. But again, guys, either way, whether you're doing it to hold for a year and cash in, or you just wanted to get yourself a damn a Razor Crest for 40% off, these are the guys who break it first and can kind of help you guys get that stuff. So with that, we're going to start off with Walmart. You start off with some Walmart pro tips here. It's interesting. I'm gonna give my overview of Walmart in general, and then we can kind of slant it towards the holiday season. Day one for a lot of us at Walmart, not great. Full price Jones, no incentives. I mean, full price Jones loves Walmart. Let's be clear on that. But in general, not a lot of great deals on release day. You know, they don't break street dates much anymore. There's just not a lot of upside for Walmart for new releases. However, the clearance is legendary. We all know this. If you've seen one Stud City video, you know that the clearance is legendary. You know that. However, there's some other stuff going on in between. The rollbacks, we know all about that. I would say, and I don't want to put words in your mouth here, City. This is going to be, you know, both your guys' segment. But I would say maybe the most underutilized, in my opinion, facet of the Walmart game is .com. There's some crazy, for some folks, because there are some folks, Brent's a in-store guy. That's who he is.
I mean, I went online for BTS, but
yeah. But for the most part, I feel like .com is crazy. I mean, I know you're popping in there even when, I don't know, on a random Wednesday, Cristo, and you're seeing crazy shit go down. Do you feel like that's kind of the most upside is their .com rather than in-store most of the time?
I think YMMV is the biggest rule, right? Your miles may vary. And for everybody, I'm going to say everybody, just keep it in North America, right? Just everybody in general in a region.
Where it matters? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not true. That's
Shout
not
out
true.
to the UK.
Listen, I'm from Europe in general, but fortunate living in the US right now.
Full price Jones. Yeah.
No, I lost my train of thought there. You had me.
No, my bad. And
speaking of the whole region,
you were saying your miles may vary for North America.
Well, yeah, okay. So yeah, your miles may vary, meaning, man, for you to get online on your phone on your lunch break, just hop on and have access to a set that's maybe 40% off, 30% off, 50% off.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go anywhere, and you don't have to maybe get lucky. It's in stock, you know. I think that's the upside you're talking about, right? There's the fist bump. That's the upside. It is. It's that game's changed. I used to be all about driving store to store, trying to find those deals, scanning like that, you know, scanning those aisles. And it's just, man, the upside is just sitting at home and just get it when I can, whenever I want.
There is that thrill, you know, and
that's
I've seen it from, you know, I've seen it from your videos,
Listen,
the vlogs or whatever, but it's like, you've gone to like 5 Walmarts, like, man, I haven't found nothing. You go to one more,
right?
And then you finally find it. Like that was like me with the Justifier. I ended up getting it for like 85. And
yeah,
I just went to one more Walmart.
But that's what doesn't get shown. Even in some of those videos, I'm like, I don't even record because I just hop in 10 minutes, like not even 5-10 minutes, run through the store quick and onto the net. I hit 10, 11 Walmarts. You know, it's a whole day thing.
Yeah. Right.
And I only show
the magic of editing.
3. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the magic of editing. So I will say, I mean, look, we all love heading down that aisle and getting that tingle of, you know, finding a something that's, you know, unique or on promo, certainly. But it does take legwork, guys, if you are going to go, in the stores physically. But for some, it's fine. And you got gas and time to burn, like, go for it. You know, it's all good. Jim, question for you, sir. On these Walmart clearances, for me, for the average store, we use the term dust around here. I'm sure you know what that means. I feel like a lot of the stuff that's on clearance is kind of dust. Are you buying? And I know it depends. It's a loaded question. Answer how you will. But I'm seeing a lot of like Ninjago mechs and friends. And, you know, we do see some of these epic UCS style sets going 50% off on occasion. Those are usually just like whoosh. But like in general, Walmart clearance, what are your thoughts on it? Is it more trash than good? It's a mixed bag. Like, what do you think?
Well, for me in my area, it's trash, which is why I've never done a Walmart clearance video, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm thinking about that. Yeah.
And the thing about it is there will be times I'll just have my phone and I'll be scanning stuff, right? And I don't even do this anymore because I got bit too many times, but I'll go to checkout and the price will be different. And then I'll talk to Sally and then she'll go get the supervisor, and you see the supervisor walking down and I'm saying, okay, this is the final boss in a video game. I need to get past this person. And they just won't do it, right? So the only times that I see something on clearance, and again, I mean, come to my area. I'm like, you walk towards the clearance table, you're like, okay, this is cool. And then when you get there, it's like, wait, $5 off? Are you kidding me? Like that's clearance.
Yeah.
Or it's even price at retail with the clearance sticker.
It's like 3 cents under.
Dude, Wolf, you don't know how many times I've been in that final boss battle.
That's my favorite city posts when you go to the clearance aisle and it's full price.
See, that's the content we want to see, Cristo, is like you hide like a little like GoPro in the shirt or something on the final boss battles with the supervisors of Walmart.
I'll do that.
That would be amazing. That honestly,
I'll take you up on that, Wolf. I'll go for that.
Because like I had one of those
do
situations.
that on a Patreon exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah. I had one of those situations when I was trying to get the Justifier because, like, the Justifiers at my Walmart, like, they were only marked down a little bit, and then I did see them for the 85, but they were all gone. So, like, somebody beat me to the punch. And then I go to another Walmart, and then they had them for, like, the 130 or whatever, and I'm like, well, my Walmart did have them for 85. I was like, I don't know if you guys are going to make yours 85 at any point, and she was not having it. She was top tier. I did not succeed against that final boss.
Look at this.
She wasn't budging at all.
Is this happening out there? So Old Broken Brick shout out says, got the Justifier on clearance Cody for 85 at Target, then cashed in some of those Circle gifties, took it out for 65. I mean, even without the gifties, 85 is a very nice price.
That's
on
pretty
that.
Deep for Target.
I've never seen the super deep Targets. Now I've been in LA and North Carolina, so again, like you said, your mileage may vary, and we'll get into Target here. But good steal, man. So guys, I just pulled up the website here, and this is just like sort of one example of some of the madness that these guys have. I mean, if you're looking to just deck out your little rainbow of parts behind you,
if you have a Bricklink store.
Or if you have a Bricklink store. See, I'm not a pro on that. I don't know if these parts are just kind of dust. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of mixed bag in here. But bottom line is, like, everybody should at least get one copy of this, if not more. This is showing 20 down from 35. Wasn't this like 60 Cristo or 80 when it first came out? It was not 35.
I think there's a bigger one. I think that's the $60 one you're referring to.
Oh, okay. But so they did have just a straight $35 set for 1,100 pieces?
But still, 1,100 pieces at $20 is pretty decent.
So Walmart is notorious around this time of year of having some type of box of bricks that is like slashed in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Box of bricks.
I just thought this one was cool because this one's cool because it actually has some great builds in it. It's usually pretty trash what you get with that, but this, I think if you have sort of the big girthy brother of some of these, the Duck I'm seeing here is at a police station. I'm seeing the Galaxy Explorer.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some other stuff like, even if you just knock out a couple of those 2 or 3 that you like and throw the rest in a parts bin, I mean, you could do a lot worse than 20 bones for this. Plus the rainbow of colors,
and the 90-year box art. I mean, that's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent looking box,
If you want, because I mean, like me, like I kind of fixate on some of these lines, like the 20th anniversary of Star Wars, and I do kind of. I mean, Lion Knight's Castle is expensive, but part of the reason why I want it is because it's like one of those anniversary sets. So
I think Tyler's onto something here. I really don't think this was like 35 was not the
I feel like I bought
this.
Mine for 40.
I think they were $40 maybe rollback.
So maybe the like original rollback was 34 or whatever.
But still, I mean, $20.
I got people saying it was 50 rolled back to 40. That's what I think I remember. Actually,
that would make I think that sounds right.
Either way, guys, I don't want to harp on this particular set, but this is just like all I did was search Lego, and this is what you're greeted with on the front page. This Van Gogh. Screw it. Let's speculate, Jim. This Van Gogh.
Looking at that.
I think before I retired, I would have went full on it, but now I'm like super motivated. What are your thoughts on this Van Gogh?
I love it.
It's
I think
beautiful.
It's beautiful. I mean, I think Lego should do a line of a sub theme of Lego art that is similar to this. One of the good things that I like about this set is what has inspired other people to do. I saw I think at one of the conventions, somebody did that all in red. Then somebody did like a Tatooine
I saw that one.
scape. I mean, and they're like I could look at those all day. I mean, I would put them on my wall, but that specifically, I mean, I'm trying to choose my words carefully. That's a set. Whenever I heard was coming out, that I couldn't wait to see, and it wasn't exactly what I thought it would be because it's a little, But I got over that. I absolutely love this set.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's co-tagged with Museum of Modern Art. I mean,
Yes.
it's ticking a lot of boxes. And again, guys, whether this is for you or for whatever reason you want to grab one, will it go deeper? Possibly, but I think this is probably the best art set. I mean, I don't know
That
if you guys agree
minifig,
with that. I mean, I like the dot art, whatever. Some of those are cool, but to me, when you say art set, and to Jim's point, this sort of 3D art, I think the second one is really sort of the Spider-Man. That's a little bit kind of got that vibe going on. And you have that one, right, City? You like that one?
I really enjoyed it a lot, and this was way higher up on my list, so I couldn't imagine this one. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna drag in another tick on the box mark. It's Lego Ideas. Lego Ideas.
Oof, good point.
Lego Ideas. Let that
There
sink
you
in.
go. Yeah, that's a good point because there are some completionists for that. People get into it late. I know a lot of people have retroactively said, "No, I got to go back and get Tron and Flintstones and whatever else." So
So, Sean,
Beatles. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we transition to the next set here, that 90 Years of Play, I don't know if you've seen, but it does retail on Lego.com for $50.
Okay.
There you go.
Confirmed.
So
I
picked this up too.
All right. Again, guys, this isn't. This is about 45. What was the value on it? It says it here slashed out, but here's the thing, guys. They don't even know what they're doing with their pricing half the time. But for $20, Jim. I mean, again, maybe not your cup of tea, but
No, I'm big into Friends set.
okay. So what do you think of this Friends Battle Pack? Again, for a gift, or possibly buying a few to stash. What do you think?
A box of girls.
Box of dolls?
I love it. I mean,
Box of broads. Can we say broads anymore? Probably not.
I don't know.
I love the Friends theme so much. I have an embargo on the public YouTube channel. I only talk about Friends on Patreon videos.
Wow.
That's how much I love it. Yeah, I picked this up. I got it for my daughter. Now, we're talking deals. We're not talking about resale. But this is great. And here's the deal. This is just me. I know this is silly. I love the novelty of the 3-in-1s, right? I mean, if you were to ask me what was the last set I paid full price Jones on, it would be the 3 Star Wars mix at Kohl's. Just because, and I didn't load up, but I just love those novelties. And the curious thing about that Walmart screen is I don't see it, but usually, and maybe because this has been out for a while, but usually whenever there's something like this, you'll see up above the description, it'll say, 1,000 people have purchased this in the last 24 hours or something like that. And you're like,
yeah. So Jim, I don't know if you've really zeroed in on that, but one night we were just bopping around. What was it on Amazon, right, Brent? And we just saw that called out.
Yeah.
And Jim, I don't know about you, but I was stunned when I started seeing that because, well, you know what I do, and I don't like that you can see what I do and what the volume is because I've got competition who are plotting against us, like seriously. And if I was a bigger player and I could throw my weight around like a Lego, I'd be like, hey, I'm a private company. Why are you throwing they're giving you sales data. So, it's you know what I mean? Jim, you have to pay for this type of data usually dearly, like big money, like tens of thousands to get that data. And they're just giving it to you out in the open. So, well, again, whether you're doing this to think about what you want to do for later, or you're just always curious, like, what does sell more, a butthole tiger or, a fang fighter? Like what, and it's out there.
If you know what you're doing, it's not difficult to pull up the inventory that's in Walmart's warehouse. they kind of make that public. So
Sure, but at a glance,
yeah,
to see sell through on Amazon, Amazon's showing sell through, give or take. They say over 3K sold. You don't have the exact number, but I mean that's a number.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's pretty remarkable that's been that cat's out of the bag for an old guy like me. That's pretty wild to see. I think it's cool. Just I hate that my stuff's involved in that. But yeah. So, anyways, guys, I brought this up. I don't think they have the mechs online, unless I'm mistaken. I haven't.
Check.
Have you seen them, City? I haven't seen the 3-pack of mechs online yet.
Kohl's has them for 38.
Okay.
But
I meant on Walmart. Walmart's
No,
like the more prevalent. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, guys. Oh, there's I don't know if I've seen this here. Yeah, I've seen this one online. There's a 2-in-1. But again,
we think that goes to 30.
Tyler's hoping it does. He said that's when he'll enter the chat on that one.
If it goes to 30, I'm buying like 3 more.
Yeah.
Just for myself, just because I have the UCS AT-AT. And
So I guess, this is another wrinkle. We kind of stumbled into it. I just kind of wanted to get a vibe for like where they're priced at. So look, a lot of times they're 20% off. That's a pretty standard. That's a staple for Walmart, especially for sets that have been out for a minute. What's going on with this TIE fighter? It must be a third-party seller. Either way, that is another bonus of Walmart is the fact that they do have these really cool combo packs, great for gift giving, the unique box art city for collectors. We saw tons of people running around, garage sale, brick world with the ones that are like 2 or 3 years old are starting to, see a little bit of an increase. So I think if you get those and hold on to them for a trade or whatever, that could be a good idea. But, Life Bricks, the riskier the Walmart location, the deeper the deal is. Yeah. Well,
that's a true statement.
if they're not behind glass, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to call out on the Walmart site or on Walmart in general? Brent, we didn't really get your thoughts on it. I mean, this is your most frequented store because it is the closest. Any other little nugs you can share?
I mean, I'm definitely hoping to see, like I definitely got a few sets, like I said, in the middle of the summer, right before we went up to Brick World. Got a few, like I think I got actually online. I got the Dagobah diorama for somewhere in the 60s, so it feels better than 90. But no, there was a really weird, clearance deal that was a brand new set. The Black Lake, the second task or whatever it's called. It was the Harry Potter set. It was only a couple months old, and it was $45 set, and Walmart had it for like $31. So I picked one of those up. I think that may have been up in Schaumburg actually. Yeah, I like to,
do a lap.
It's great around the holidays because, the kids don't know you. You waited until, the rollbacks rolled around. So it helps for gift giving. But yeah, no, I think we covered it all though. I don't have, I got Kohl's, but Kohl's and Walmart are my only 2 places I go to in person. But yeah, Walmart is kind of the main spot.
One more adder for Walmart online.
Yep.
Right now, they have that, the Lego Masters GWP. Something different.
Yeah.
Little freebie. So
What?
if you are ordering, guys, there's Sean showed some really good deals, right? If you want to get a box of bricks, get 3 of them, $60. You pick up that Lego Masters gift. So take advantage.
Look at what breaking news. I didn't even know.
First,
about
I was gonna say.
Oh
It's
yeah,
right there. Oh wow.
This is why you had me on. Yep.
Yeah. See?
Exactly.
They're making it hard to find here. What's going on? I just clicked the thing. Oh, here we go. Lego Masters gift mini trophy set.
Oh,
You spend 50 doll hairs. All right.
I think.
Go ahead,
have they
Jim.
Have they ever done that?
So I totally forgot about that trophy. I think that's a good one. The thing about Walmart is it's kind of like the weather where I live. Once a year there will be a really big snowfall. About once a year during Q4 there will be that one. Last year it was the F-150 Raptor. I certainly hope they did not. Their one was not the Technic Batmobile. It wasn't half price. It was close. But I'm really looking as the weeks go on. And no offense out there, I hope it's not Galaxy Explorer either. We've been there, done that. I'm hoping it's something else.
Hey, Jim, can you do 35 minutes on the treehouse, please?
Dude, I can. I could do an hour.
I know. Don't,
Let's go.
no, it's all right. Uh, I, Tyler jokingly asks, "Is the treehouse officially a bust?" Man, it has been a bust. I mean, if you had, I don't know, yeah, look, how deep were you in on these, or are you in on these, Jim, or have you gotten rid? This is the one that keeps on going. What is this? 20 what? 17, 18? This is nuts.
I have one.
Good man.
Built or sealed?
Sealed.
It's sealed, and here's it. I bought it to build, but to be honest, because of the Treehouse's attitude online, I almost want to punch the box. Because it's not dying.
Shout out TJ.
And I don't even have any skin in the game, right? But
Yeah. To go way back, I bought that set when I was like first getting into Lego, like maybe a few months after. It shows you how like newer I am in the community. But I really enjoyed this set, but I also paid, a little bit less than $200 for it, which is where it's at.
Yeah.
Good set, but man.
I feel like, what was it? Christmas of 20, maybe somewhere in there is when it got to like 180 or 160, or that's when I bit. It was a prime something or other, I think. Brent, you want to take this one? What is a Girth gang? We have some new viewers here. Do you want to take a shot at explaining this? Because I don't even know if I know anymore.
I knew there was some new names out there so long ago in a podcast far away when we were only like a couple episodes in.
Box of dust.
Box of dust. No, we always would. I think it started out with Sean was noticing that when I went and got some Lego, I'd get like 4 or 5 like $30 sets, and I always talk about the UCS set or whatever I'd want. This is early. This is like 2 or 3 episodes into us doing this podcast, and he's like, "You need to get some more girthy sets." I don't know who said it first, but maybe it was somebody in the chat. Maybe it was Sean.
It was definitely me.
But we just, but and then chat followed very closely, and we just, started referring to, sets over 1,000 pieces and up is where we decided. Sets are getting so big anymore. It's like, do we move that up? I don't know. But yeah, we just, the chat and us refer to sets 1,000 pieces is up, 1,000 pieces and up as girthy sets, girthy boys. And the chat, just naturally just became the Girth gang. So
there you go.
There it is. That's
but generally
rundown.
speaking, yeah, it's like we like the big sets around here because, yeah, Brett would say, I got to save up for a $300 UCS, and then he'd come on and like he said, he'd get $300 worth.
I bought all the Hogwarts Moments books for $30 a piece. Sean's like, why?
Brent, you realize you could have had that A-wing or whatever it was at the time for the price.
I'm still guilty of that too, but when we hit weekly pickups later, you'll be very, very happy for me, Sean.
There you go. And now we're double Girth. It's a super girthy gang now. 2,000 strong.
There we go.
That's right, guys. Treehouse doesn't deserve the Girth. Yeah, we can strip girthy title. We do retain those rights around here. New Guardianship for 64. That other one's getting close. I love the orange one. It hung around a little long, Jim Cristo, that orange one, but I still think that one might do okay if you can snag it under 100, which I'm starting to see people are doing pretty regularly. Let's see. Let me get this off the screen. I know it's giving people nightmares.
Dude, how about did we talk about the land speeder?
Oh,
yeah. Well, land speeder's going nuts.
It's crazy because it's on sale, but really
the website's not great. Yeah, it's $200 on the website.
It's back to its original price.
I've seen it less. I've seen it less in person. Did I hear? And I don't know how I missed
that was at Walmart for really deep, 160 something.
Was it half off on Lego.com?
It was a
land speeder. No.
Okay.
No.
I thought I heard that on one of you guys' videos. I'm like, I didn't see that. Okay.
No. What was? I mean, if we want to cover Lego.com real quick, and shout out to Tyler in the chat right now, but like, I was just hanging out in his live stream last Friday, and I took a break, came back to my phone or whatever, and everyone's talking about Walmart or Lego.com. It's like, there's some pretty wild deals on Lego.com. Gunship was what,
I-
30% off? They were 280. I mean, from 400 to 280 for the gunship, and that went away quick. It wasn't up there for very long.
I secured it the first 60 seconds it went live on Lego.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
no questions
because you
asked.
didn't have one before, or you just got another one to put on ice.
I didn't have one, so
Oh,
I
great.
bought one.
Great time to buy one.
I
of
made the
those.
decision. I made the decision to go Razor Crest, and now I'm like, I might have messed that up.
Gunship for 280. I already had
Gunship's
it.
going to go
so-
first. Yeah, I didn't have one. The truth is, I love the Razor Crest a lot more. And
Well, the Razor Crest was what was it, Sean?
it was
$419.99.
$419 down from $6.
180 off of 6. That's pretty good.
Not gonna lie, bought a couple.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
I mean, dude, that's for only $420.
in the
Someone
interest,
said Razor Dust. Ah, no, it's a good set.
yeah, they're out of their minds. No, don't do this, Record 10. You could tell
Why?
City's on the show. Because this thing's chasing me. All right. In the interest of time, Walmart. I think we unloaded the clip on Walmart pretty good.
Right.
I think everybody should have enough to kind of chew on there. Again, to me, especially in this world where we're living digitally and deals are moving fast, we should definitely you should definitely pop into Walmart even before City or Wolf tells you, hey, there's something crazy going on there. Just periodically go in there, and if you're not looking to get deals just to get them, look for the sets that you really want. You'll be surprised sometimes. You'll see, I don't know, I've just seen some real wacky cool stuff there. City, were you talking, or it looks like you're muted?
Am I good? I was gonna say really quick before we jump
Yep.
off Walmart. I think possibly my bet on the next the truck, right? Your 50% offer might get lucky with the Porsche 911, the brick built one. I feel like that could be a decent replaceable.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I want that.
Cool.
I
set
love your
too.
positivity.
Speculative, fingers crossed type thing, but it could be.
What do you
can't
think,
believe-
Wolf?
I can't
Can
believe
you
that
assess
set's
that?
still
What
out.
you think he's right, or are you hopeful too, or do you think it's going to go?
I mean, to be honest, that's one of those sets. I don't want to say is under the radar, but like you've already thought about it, you kind of moved on. It's had some time, and you're worrying about other things, and then you're like, oh yeah, there's that one. I mean, that would be great to have that type of set that is discounted like that. I mean, was the Mustang discounted at all? I don't think so.
No,
Nothing
that
crazy.
would be
Nothing
great.
crazy.
maybe
Yeah.
like
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
20% off.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, 20% off Jones, but
Roll bag.
Here you go, Brent. Got another-
Oh, hey, shout out to Padawan again. Going back to bed. We know you'll be back here for Replay Gang. Appreciate you for the $4.99 coming through. And he's a channel member. Boy goes hard. Super tired, got work in 3 hours. Gonna head back to bed, catch the rest on Replay Gang. Jealous of the deals. We don't get nothing in UK. Oh man, really? I've heard of some people getting some deals over there, but maybe you got to do a little bit more digging to find those. But I
And he's
appreciate
got
you, man. Thank you for the $4.99.
Hashtag UK stream. We hear you.
It's gonna happen soon. We promise. But yeah, no, I've been wanting that. I've like Sean.
We are Tyler. We'll get into Kohl's. Yeah.
Sean's. This is like a Sean phrase, but I've like fake bought that Porsche 911 like 5 times, like in car, and then maybe something else, or like I'll drive to the Lego store and be like, I'm gonna pick that up today.
That's
And
what I did. I did with Bowser.
Yeah.
I fake bought it. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, it's funny. Okay.
I love that set though.
Sorry to drag in the hope crowd here.
No, I
No,
hope
no.
it. I really, because what's it retail for? Is it 120?
170.
Oh, it is 170. Okay,
It's up there. It's steep.
it'd be nice to get that around a hundo.
Yeah, $90. I think
Maybe even a
that'd
little
be-
less. Phew.
Tyler's
hoping.
big time shouting out Kohl's, and we're going to cover that tonight. But I almost want to do like a full show on Kohl's,
Dude,
for
I love
specifically Black Friday window. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But
15
let's
per
get
50.
into why am I on the home screen? Who cares about vacuums? It's just like the real store. Let's just run past those vacuums and get ourselves in the Lego aisle here.
Before we click on one more super chat here, and a congrats on 2K subs. $2 for 2K from our good buddy TJ. There's the music coming back. TJ, appreciate you, man. Gonna have to come back on soon and talk some Ninjago. We gotta have another Ninjago run.
We gotta do. Oh, and that reminds me.
Oh, what up, Shy? Shy's out there too.
Shy's out there.
Hey, Shy.
Lots of people really digging the new show, man. Sitting on a Stoop.
Yeah, man.
Great show.
How about that first episode with a way less interesting guest? Who was me?
That was genius.
Way more interesting guests to come. I was the guinea pig and was totally aware and was fine with it. Shy was like, nah, man, no. I was like, dude, no, listen. We know that, I just happened to be in California this week. It's cool. It's perfect. I wouldn't want to have like a really dope guest on my first go around on something. You got to have a guinea pig in there,
He was testing the lighting, before he got to the real guests.
Figuring it out.
I was kidding.
We got some in and out after. Honestly, I was just happy to spend some time with Shy. Like he came all the way into downtown LA to pick me up, and I just kept telling him like, dude, I really appreciate you, because I would have Ubered, but I bought him some food after.
Oh, okay. Generous man. Real quick, because I promised I would do it. Sorry, guys. Figonomics. We've had to miss a couple in the last couple weeks, last month, whatever it is. With holidays and everything coming up, I'm just going to ask you guys, and you guys have been super cool with understanding that, we can't make every show because of work commitments, family commitments, holiday commitments, things happening, like no internet. So I appreciate you guys not like blasting us, because I know you guys depend on us as being something to listen to, either live or replay gang. Figonomics, we love it. We totally dig it. The concept's great. Response has been fantastic. It's going to be a little touch and go through the holidays. I think once things settle down, we can expect to kind of go back weekly. And I'm not saying we can't do weekly now, but it's going to be, I would just say, give us through Q4 and we'll put them on when we can. If everybody can agree to be cool with that, we'd appreciate it. And we'll give you a day or two notice. We'll put it up on the Insta and stuff. So I just don't want you guys planning your nights around it. If we're not able to deliver, there is some last minute stuff. Flights get changed. Like I said, this is busy season for a lot of us on here, Q4. Thursdays, I really, really protect a lot more, but you guys know even I have to miss some Thursdays sometimes. So bear with us. Sincere apologies. I've committed to this. I don't want to miss dates, but Q4 is going to be touch and go. So just stay tuned. We'll post them. I might not be able to do them every week through Q4 because it's going to get pretty wacky. And that's it. I just wanted to make a statement on that because you guys deserve that, and you need to know. And I'm as transparent as it gets. So that's kind of what's happening. All right.
Figonomics has been a fun time too. So shout out to everybody who's been
It's awesome, dude.
throwing us ideas for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, we get Jim on there, we get City on there. I mean, there's just like the
so many
sky's the limit.
avenues you can
There's
go.
so
Like,
many avenues.
Yeah, we could you could stay on just Star Wars and do so many different avenues of that. A bounty hunter episode. We had the Sith episode. We had the clone episode. You could do Stormies. You could do Jedi.
It's endless.
Random
Endless.
oddball characters like
CMFs.
Yeah, man, the CMFs could be so many different episodes because like you could do all-time greats or kind of go series by series.
Yeah, best by series, right?
Yeah, it'd be good to get Just Too Good on for that or something for you love CMF.
All right, guys, let's jump into Target. And again, we don't have to spend super long on each one. Overview on Target for me is, they're kind of the kings of getting that 20% off out there, even faster than Walmart sometimes. Walmart, you guys notice that there's somewhere they just, if it sets $100, they'll never come off it ever. It's like there's some unexplained stuff. Grievous Starship, just a bunch of stuff that just never comes off. They're pretty aggressive with getting that 20 out. Obviously, you have spend 50, get $10 back. That stuff's always kind of happening. Circle, you guys definitely should be getting the app and getting your Circle deals. There's a lot of cash back, not just on Lego, but I'm sent to the store. I joke I've built a small fortune over diaper runs. Because if you spend 50, you'll get like I've seen 15 back. That goes in, Dad's pocket on that one. So that's kind of my arching. I think they get exclusives, which is really cool. They get a lot of I'd say a good amount. I would say a lot, but some important ones. And I know Jim loves a few of the exclusives that are in the back catalog. A couple helmets a helmet comes to mind. There's videos of you stocking up on that, but yeah, I mean, and everybody's got one. You got your red card for 5%. Let's not forget about that. Anything else I didn't cover on the overview, City or Wolf on Target?
I mean, for me, Target is like that hard to get girl, right? Or like she doesn't have a lot of time, and whenever she does, they really don't advertise the deals that much. I mean, they'll do. I mean, what does everybody think here? I haven't heard anybody talk about this. Is it a big deal that Target has that spend $50 get a 20% gift card or get a 10% gift card?
$10 gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was decent, right? Like, for example, they had your Captain Rex helmet, right? And they had it 20% offline. So you're spending $56. You're getting the Captain Rex, helmet.
5% red card.
5% red card.
Or whatever you use, yeah.
Yeah, 5% on red card. You're getting $10 back, and you're already getting a sealed item. I mean, essentially you're getting a helmet that's pretty
40.
decent set, 40-ish range. I think it's a great value. I really do.
No, I've never seen the helmet at that, and there were times where I had to delete 3 years worth of the Patreon Facebook group posts because I was making it public and I didn't want anybody to see that. And I'm going back and back and back. And like two and a half years ago, there was a deal where there was a TIE fighter helmet that was like, you get a $10 gift card.
I remember that. And I don't know if you remember those TIE fighter pilot helmets. They went up for like $30 at Target. I think they were maybe 35. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane. And the same
Jim,
with
you did a video where you bought like the last 3. You were running around getting all those towards the end, right, Jim?
The TIE fighter helmets?
Yeah.
I was picking them up. I mean, I had a bunch. I didn't do and here's the deal. This was just me. I thought it was an obvious winner. Did I think it would be $250?
No way.
Third party? No way. But it would be funny where people would be like, "Is this a good set to buy?" I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, do fish swim in water?" But
well, here's the thing that I think people miss out on, though. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it was clearly, and when you see countdown lists too, but it was clearly, and it might still be the best looking one there ever was.
That's the key. It looked phenomenally better than the rest, in my opinion.
add to the bone.
It adds to it. You got the exclusive, shorter shelf life. I mean, these are all just
one of the first in a series as well. Can't forget that, right?
It had all the pedigree, right? So
yes,
that's kind of the stuff that you're going to pick up just along the way. You're going to start looking for those. Interestingly, Dark Trooper, if it's not over, it's going to be over soon. That one's a dog. If you're buying that expecting $250, that isn't happening, Jim. But do you see it? I don't even know. Is that one going to jump to $100 for a little bit of reasons? I don't even know.
I mean, the only reason why I picked these up was because they were doing 5 times VIP points on May the 4th, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to, and you could get the Death Star GWP, right? But I mean, so I'm curious what the consensus is. I agree 1,000% that the TIE Fighter is the baddest to the bone looking helmet out there. What would you say the second baddest to the bone is, and what would you say the least good helmet? Would it be this guy right here?
Yeah. Oh, by far. Second. Yeah, I'll jump in. Here's what's interesting for me. I really love the Luke helmet. I think that's phenomenal. I know people. It's got a couple issues.
Absolutely.
I love that, but I think if I'm like gonna buy 100 of something, I mean it's too late now. But but they kind of messed up Boba. I would have said Boba, but like they really did damage to Boba.
If they did Boba like they did Mando, because they really nailed the shaping of Mando.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. I don't know when the dust settles and the smoke clears. I guess you're kind of asking what would be the second most successful one. Go ahead, City. I'm torn here.
I would have said Vader, but I'm sure they're going to drag the shelf life, right? So that for me is knocked out.
Could still be though. That's not a bad.
Right.
He's still Vader.
He's still Vader, right? But I think the stormtrooper was slept on, and
it sucks though. But
really, I think it was good.
I didn't think it sucked.
It went on super sale. It was like $30 to $32 at Targets, just clearancing the heck out of them.
I'll tell you what the most slept on.
It was
one
slept
is. The Scout Trooper is
That's
second best. That's the second best looking one in my opinion, but
It
it doesn't mean it's going to be worth the most. But.
So I don't want to go Falcon fan 1414 here, but don't be surprised. I got to choose my words carefully because I don't want to get a text message right after this. Don't be surprised if the Darth Vader helmet retires earlier than expected.
All right.
I don't have it yet.
Oh.
Never seen this on clearance ever.
So
it
it happened one time,
Yeah.
and it wasn't
I think
clearance.
shortly, it was like
20% off one time for
a
weekend, City, or was it a full week?
Not even. It was a couple days, and they had the $10. Spend 50, get 10, which was nice.
Yeah. So I bring this set up because I feel like this has been synonymous with Target for a lot of us for the last whatever long it's been out, and we're just like, I don't know if there's nothing else to get, and you see this, it's like even at FPJ on this one, I think we all know this is one of those obvious ones to me, Jim, like the tie helmet. It's exclusive to Target. Obviously, when we say that, guys, it doesn't cover Lego.com. Lego store is always going to have this stuff. Is this even on Amazon? No, right?
Not for retail.
Not for retail.
Not for that price.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you'll see it on Amazon.
So-
$60.
60, yeah.
So we're getting pretty granular here. I still wanted to do more of an overarching thing on Target. You guys can kind of sprinkle that in, but I mean, I don't know. This is just what I think. Target is the first set that springs to mind. If you guys don't have this yet, or even if you have a couple, you're not gonna go wrong again. Whether it's for you, for a gift, to stash a few. This thing is going to be the truth, I think, when it retires. It might take a little time because it's in Target's had wide distribution, but this is going to be one of those ones that I think is 60 day one it retires.
I'm a big bull on this one.
Yeah.
So
I need more.
let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Let's say you're walking into Bricks and Minifigs this time next year. And I don't know how other Bricks and Minifigs are, but when I walk in, there's the glass case with the figures, right? Because that's the milk and honey.
It's in the name, Jim.
Right. Where do you see BAM selling those?
187th.
Jim, let's not even go 1 year out. Let's go present.
Please.
Let's go present day walking in. Let's go today to the one in Chicago. That clone, he's $17 there.
Sheesh.
I got to open my Bricklink store after this.
And they roll through them. I don't know how.
Yeah, even our friends over at Whatnot. I mean, I don't think I've seen individual ones hit 10 ever. You might get 12 if you buy 3 at a time. Something like that, and they're not taking too much margin for them. But guys, I don't know. It's kind of a sidebar, but this I don't know. When I think Target, this set springs to mind, and I just wanted to raise it before it's too late. I think everybody's been given ample warning. Again, even if you're just getting one, get it because you're going to regret
retiring
missing
this year.
I'm not sure, but it's always wise to just
It's
at least
projected to.
Yeah, at least quarterly pick up a couple of these because they're just awesome.
Yeah, I
Just
know
a
it's not
great
the best
set.
fighter tank. Yeah, I know it's not the best fighter tank, but for me, the fact that this Mace Windu is better than the one that came in the UCS gunship.
That's crazy.
I think I like it more. And then I don't even care if those clones aren't canon. They're just cool, and I like purple. I'm wearing
Yeah.
purple pants right now. Our living room walls, if you've seen my Instagram, are purple. So we're purple fans over here.
Jim, anything else jump out about Target? Again, we don't have to get into like individual deals. Those are always sort of fluctuating. But is there any like what is your best use case for a Target? I know you said it's like when it's the weather and all that, but is there any other like little nuggets you can think of?
I mean, occasionally when they do clearance, they know how to do clearance. I mean,
yeah.
To me, that's a unicorn. I've never seen a true blue.
I've had
50%
like
offset in my life. I take that back. I've seen a few friends, but they were dust. They weren't anyone that I would be interested.
A 100% a YMMV sale. It is. You get down and dirty. You're in the store, and you're finding it on like a side aisle, like by the groceries or something.
Yeah, it's always in a weird spot too.
That's it.
Yeah,
like that. That's the one. Like I said, the Stormies, the helmets.
Yeah,
they had $30, $32. They were picking them up. I think I got like 12 of them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My best Target, and I was Target hopping one day. I think for
Viking
else.
boat. I did get that deal. That's true. They did that Viking boat for $50. I did get that. I take it back. Yeah.
Back in like 2021, I got 3 of the AT-APs with like the Kashyyyk Trooper. I think like the Phase 2 Gree, and I had maybe a Kashyyyk Scout. I don't even know what it's actually called, but it had a couple nice clones in there, and I got them for like $40.99 a piece, and it was like a $60 set. So not like not super crazy, but I mean that was definitely a set that it helped me get a Stranger Things upside down. I'll say that.
It's awesome.
When that was retired and going for almost 400. The FOMO was bad because I watched the show late, and I'm like,
but just to keep it moving, I guess other pros about them. Oh, here's a gem. This is real. This just happened. I was in a Facebook group, and you guys have been seeing the Disney camera. I think it first showed up at Costco. That's another one we should probably. I mean, there's so many things we can talk about, but I think it was 80 right when it came out at Costco. They usually do 20% right off the rip. There was a location that got into like, I think they're already hitting 65. They're starting that slow crawl down. I took a screenshot of that post, and again, your mileage may vary, to customer service at my Target here, showed them that, said it's Costco, and they just bip bop boop and price matched it for me.
Manager dependent.
Well, and by the way, this wasn't a manager. I assure you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best strategy is just straight up go to care. Don't try to do it in the checkout line. Just go right up to customer service. And and you got to have that mindset that this is going to happen. I'm like, hey, I don't know what I said. I say, hey, my buddy just sent this, and he saw this over there. And I even say, like, save me a trip across town. Can you match this? And, they look at the set number. Again, it depends on the confidence, the clearance that they have. By clearance, I mean like the permissions that they have to do those sort of things. And yeah, man, I got it a couple days old for, whatever it was.
I could have a whole string about that topic, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, hidden GoPro, Cristo.
You used to be able to price match with GameStop, right?
That's what I was going to talk about earlier.
Even if GameStop would have sold out weeks ago, your miles may vary, but it's all how you sell it, all how you present yourself and frame it. Be like, hey, Mildred, that's a really great red apron you have. Kind of in a hurry. I had a question. Can you save me a trip across the city? It's my son's birthday.
I'm going to need every one of these you have.
I need 5.
I used to drag Georgiana when we were just, girlfriend at the time. And listen, 90% of the time she did it worked. If it was just me, it would not work. Take that how you may. That's the truth. And
that really is.
And she'll tell you the same thing. She'll tell you the same thing.
I was on my way to LA. I have my skateboard. And I made it past TSA with it and everything, and I was like, am I gonna have to check the skateboard or whatever? I walk up to this girl, and she immediately shoots me down like, no, that needs to be checked. I don't even know how far you got with that. I come back to my seat and I sit next to Jennifer, and I'm just like, well, she told me I had to check it, I guess, and she was like, that's not what the website says, and just instantly went into, because she works and
Customer
in
facing. Yeah.
yes, thanks, John. So she just went into work mode and was like, I got this, and went up there, came back in 5 minutes. She's like, you're good. Hands me a tag to put on my skateboard. Didn't have to pay to check it.
Nice.
So,
Right.
sometimes, it's the female touch.
It is. It's the confidence. It's everything. I mean, and I get that some people aren't super comfortable having those conversations. We're all kind of hustlers on this call, so like I get if it's not,
Sure.
it's outside of your scope.
It's not for everybody. It
It's
really
not.
isn't.
I mean, it's not a flex, but I've done literal millions of dollar deals in my career. So like, I'm like, a little 20. By the way, I get just as amped for 20% off a Lego set, but that's neither here nor there. Honestly, the more I see others' experiences, I'm very grateful for my 30-mile radius area, being so chill with clearance and easy Lego deals. Yeah, you seem to have a honeypot out there, Tyler, for sure. The stuff you and City pull down, it's like and again, to be clear, through the magic of editing, but even with the editing, you guys are having a lot of come ups out there. But it is not a layup for anybody. We want to make that clear.
Right.
Jim hasn't gotten to where he's gotten. Cristo, the same thing. Like, you do have to grind. We're going to give you some nuggets here, but it's kind of like
It's a grind.
I can tell you how to make a pizza, but like, for you to do it on your own and have it
Right.
be a good pizza, it's like it's going to take practice. If that makes
Absolutely.
sense. So we're going to try to lead it as far as we can. But all right, again, in the interest of time, we'll move on to Amazon. Again, this could be an episode-long discussion. I'm going to start here. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to steal too much thunder from you guys. But here's my take on Amazon. It's just one aspect. All the deals aren't necessarily locked behind Prime Day or Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or Fall Prime Day. Any of these Prime Day events. In fact, I would say some of those deals are kind of dust. I think it's in the surrounding days before, the days in between, the days leading up to Black Friday, the days just after Black Friday, the days a week before Christmas.
It gets them chirping. They're doing it on purpose. It gets them chirping.
It gets them chirping. And so, it's not to say there cannot be some phenomenal deals to be had. I think there's more deals on the dust on those days, and you guys can judge what you think dust is. But for me, I don't remember a big fanfare ordeal on an $80 or whatever it was Razor Crest. Maybe it was 2 Christmas years ago. They just plopped one up there for $80.
Yeah.
And that was not on Prime Day. It was just, I think it was a couple days after, a couple days before. Correct me if I'm wrong. My point is, again, whether you just want to search Lego and just see what's out there and get it, fine, because I think we all do that. Like, that's a good deal, add to cart. But if there's that one specific thing you want, especially this time of year, go to these couple of retailers we're telling you about and just pop in, take you 2 minutes, search your set on a random Wednesday. And I don't know about you guys, but that's when it is. And of course, sub to these guys and follow all their posts. There's other hacks too, but
Right.
I don't know. That's my take is Amazon. The deals aren't necessarily on those big days, but they are usually like right around them.
They feed into the addiction fuel. Like they really do, right? Like randomly. It's not prepped. Like we had Amazon Prime days, right? But then we saw sales that they threw up that were not on those days that were by far better than the Prime days. That's my take on it. Like that the land speeder, $150. Was that on Prime Day?
There's some of that, but to me, see, that qualifies, unfortunately, as like kind of a dust set. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I like when I get the deals on sets that are never ever on sale.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which is becoming more and more rare,
Yeah.
by the way, because everything's starting to get the little. But yeah, no, I mean that is, again, I don't want to say there are no deals to be had. If that came out weird, I'm sorry, but I was just saying for some of the higher end sets, you'd be surprised, or the sets that have been kind of impervious to discounts.
Sure.
I think Amazon's great for that, just not necessarily on those days. Jim, I know that for you, I guess you're definitely buying there too. It's a good selling platform for you as well. What are some of your things that spring to mind for this mindset of getting gifts or getting steals for yourself this Q4?
I mean, I don't want to say you need to check daily because that might seem too labor intensive. But I mean, if you know what you're doing,
Yes,
it only
my
takes
favorite phrase.
it only takes 5 seconds. Wolferbricks.com, but uh, uh, click on the deals page. But no,
Join City's Discord.
you're absolutely
I'm
right,
in there.
and
those guys are legendary.
Don't I mean I don't know if I want to go there, but there are lots of great sets, including Duplo. I mean,
Jim, I teased it. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
you're gonna give, and whether it's here or not.
Yeah,
you did commit offline. I don't like to share our private convos, but you said you'd give us one pretty big nug tonight, and like a sample of what you tell your private groups. Is there something you're about maybe going into it with Duplo, but is there something you can share with the Girth gang as kind of an exclusive that you'd normally put behind a paywall? Is there something you could drop us?
So I thought a lot about our conversation, right? And there are, to me, honestly, I think the best advice is advice that I may have given on the public YouTube channel that a lot of people forget. And the reason why I say a lot of people forget is because I've seen this question more in the last 6 weeks than I've seen in a long time. So much so, I said to myself, I feel like I need to come up with like the 3 golden rules of reselling, right? But before you buy a set, you should already know what you're going to sell it for, right? The other thing is, and I'll mention this because we're talking about Duplo, not just Duplo sets, but sets that have a lot of animals, heaters, right? It's funny when we visit things on Lego because the more things change, the more things stay the same, right? Walmart will always have that box of bricks that is slashed 50% off. Lego will always have a $100, $110-ish Duplo set that is like the World of Animals or something animals. And you'll see, if you're looking, Amazon will discount that, for one day for $60, right? So I hope I was able to answer that question. But I want to keep my word to give out something that was behind a paywall, even though I feel that's really good advice that a lot of people forget. But if there's one question that people may have, I'll take a look at them in the comments section.
Okay,
but yeah, never buy something. I mean, you would think that's common nature, right? If you're into car flipping, well, you're not going to buy a car before you know what you're going to flip it for. Same thing with a house. But because the entry level is so cheap, you can buy a box of boys for $40, right?
Right.
You got to know your target price to get out of it. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Right. No, that's a great point. Like simple, right? We're forgetting. We're just taking a step back, thinking simple.
Mm-hmm. And the other one I hear is it's easy to buy. It's real easy to buy.
Yeah.
That's another basic, but if you don't have a plan, really, you're stuck with potentially some dust. So,
yeah.
And as people are getting a little more choosy, just because you're getting something for 50% off doesn't necessarily mean it could have upside like it used to.
Yep.
So, and I guess the other thing, Jim, is, you get better at it, but you're going to make some mistakes as you're doing this as well, so, yeah. And don't beat yourself up to it, but maybe just don't go so deep on certain things. Jim, what you kind of said, what I kind of led with was kind of accurate on Amazon. Anything else you're seeing out there, in general, on Amazon? Any just overarching tips on Amazon?
Yeah. So here, I've said this in the past, and I feel like people may not, and I would love to hear what Stud City has to say about this. There will be times where you can, you'll see a deal or something that you want to buy on Amazon, and it will say limit 20, but you want more. You take that bad boy to the shopping cart and you click the 10 plus thing and you type in 999 and see what happens. Sometimes it'll say limit is 20. Sometimes they will say limit is 157 because that's all they have in the warehouse.
Have you gone that deep on anything, City? Have you bought 157 of something?
I haven't bought 157, but I've tested the limits on a couple battle packs. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was going to say, I forget the set name, but this was like 2 or 3 years ago. This was after the new year. This set had already retired, and it was some Ninjago dragon, a white one. And they had like 350. I bought 75 with one transaction.
Jeez.
Ice dragon, probably.
I want you to know I'm embarrassed to say this, but we need full disclosure because you just don't want to hear about the hits. You want to hear about the misses. It is no secret that I have 350 ATST Raiders. I mean, so you call them dust. I call them bricks or Scud missiles, right? It's one or the other. But those 350, I purchased that with 2 transactions. I maxed out a 0% APR credit card. I was exchanging some text messages with some friends, and then I ran upstairs and I grabbed my emergency credit card, and I maxed that bad boy out.
Was this around the time Cara Dune got canceled?
Yes.
Okay.
I got 3 of them. I didn't go that deep. But.
And that's when the show, I mean, season 2 too, but I mean, that was when all that was going on. It was in its peak. That was peak Mando season. So, I mean, that'd be a tough move not to make. I think your best bet would, and maybe that's what you're hoping for, is a possible break even at some point. But
no, I'm letting them all go this year for $35.
Okay, yeah, I don't even know what would happen in 5 on those.
No.
Yeah, it's taking up too much. It's cash you can use elsewhere. Makes sense.
Right. Win some, lose some.
That ATST Raider era will be a story to tell. I'm 12 deep. Life bricks. That's funny.
It's like it's the GameStop saga.
Anything on Amazon for you, Brent?
Not much more I think I can add. I did pick up something, a little 30% offer recently that I'll talk about if we do a weekly pickups. But yeah, I got a set I've been eyeballing for a while for 30% off. Nothing crazy, but I just wanted one for myself. So
there you go.
Pretty stoked about it.
All right.
But I'll be on the lookout though. My money was tied up other places other than Amazon this past Prime weekend or Prime Day. So
yeah, you sent me quite a few Kohl's situations, so we'll get into that as well. All right, next segment, and probably the last on the deals thing, at least for now, and we'll see where it goes. But hidden gems, maybe some of them aren't, but I feel like we hit sort of the big 3. Those are the ones that are probably talked about the most, right?
Sure.
Then you got, maybe you want to call them second tier, or however you want to label it. Also has a really strong presence, particularly in Q4. I have seen a few comments about Meyer, which, for I think most of the country doesn't mean much other than like the Midwest. I know there's a strong presence there. Do you guys want to touch on Meyer real quick, high level? I know I've seen some like boho kind of things going on there. Is that another?
There was right here, this comment. So Firebird brings this up. There was like a thing they did, like they didn't mean to make it stackable, but people were able to stack this like 50% off thing they had going on with like a lot of stuff. a lot of stuff. So unfortunately, but it was weird too because like it was only through like online or something, or you had to like go do a store pickup or so. There was more to it that was kind
You
of
had to
weird.
ship like the app, right? Like someone had to hand deliver it. That was
So,
the
yeah,
criteria.
yeah, there was a weird thing in there. But if you jumped through a couple hoops, yeah, there was ways that you were able to get like half off stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it was like a double edged sword, right? So like, say they didn't have, say for example, it was buy one get one half off, which is great, right? So you get 2 of the Dark Trooper helmets, Dark Trooper attack helmets, but they only had 1 in stock. They would bring you the one, charge you full price, and then you wouldn't get the other one, and then you would also pay the shipping. So it was like it was really frustrating. Like it was a hit and kind of miss scenario. Yeah, it was. I had my words, but it was the ones that hit were hits. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, they had the T6 shuttle on sale for 10. It was like $11 off. Just complete mess up right off the gate, right off rip.
Oh wow.
My uncle went. He hits all the Myers around here and cleans them out, and they just now raised the price up. So he was picking up under $70. Day one. Not bad, I guess, for day one.
For day one, yeah.
No, I mean, if you want it early and all that, that's
Sure.
probably as good as it gets. And certainly if you just want the one copy, that's hard to pass up day one for some of us on some of this stuff. People are kind of asking why Barnes and Noble will just. I know Jim knows the most about that. He's got a lot of experience with Barnes and Noble. I will say on the surface, here's one reason it's great, and it's not even about deals necessarily. But if you need something and everybody else is out of stock and you need something on shelf and you can't ship for whatever reason, you're talking exclusives, you're talking Star Wars, you're talking icons, you're talking architecture, like Nobes, man. I'm telling
retired,
you, flat out retired stuff. Go to the Nobes, man. There's a lot of people I see constantly, like you guys do. You just talked about day one, Cristo. Like, I remember T6, perfect example. I texted you about it.
Yep.
Walmart, Target, they did not get any of that wave.
They didn't get any, yeah.
For a month or weeks, or your mileage may vary, as you say.
Sure.
That same day, you're like, yeah, I haven't seen them. And I'm like, I'm going to check over there. Sure enough, they didn't have the whole wave, but I think they had T6 in the Shinhati 2-pack.
Yeah.
Can I say something about Barnes and Noble?
And you can jump right in, but and also their membership program is pretty awesome. We give a lot of credit to the red card and all that. But Jim, I'm giving you this full segment. I just wanted to get my little take off, but
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're not. You're not. I'm just saying, like, that's all I had. I'm winding down here. But Jim, take it away. You're the king of the Nobes. I just think people don't really understand what's going on over there.
Yeah. So Barnes and Noble. Oh my gosh, I gotta condense this down to a minute. Barnes and Noble is a mismanaged company and people. Let me try to explain from the ground floor bookseller to corporate. Recently I talked to somebody in Barnes and Noble corporate loss prevention. I messaged them on LinkedIn. I said, dude, I'm getting some emails about this guy that wants to sell me something, and I think it's stolen. And I have a friend that I think it came from their store, and they asked me a couple questions, and that was it. Their inventory is terrible. I would do bulk orders, and I would order a pallet of U.S. Capitals, and when I opened everything up, I would get 75 Eiffel Towers that I didn't order. I mean, it's just craziness, right?
75.
But there are some good things about Barnes and Noble, and let's talk about them. Barnes and Noble's, in addition to them having a very good membership program, they also have very decent discounted gift cards on the third market, right? 10-15% off. Something that I used to do, I don't do it too much now, but when I would walk into the store and I would want to know what the inventory was in the warehouse, I would go to the music section, because when you go to the music section, the computer is waist high and you could see it, right? And so I would say, hey, do you mind looking this up? And when they pull it up, you could see in the center middle bottom how many units are in the warehouse. Now, whenever you don't go inside, what I like to do is, and I only do this at nighttime because this is whenever the end of the day is coming down, and I'm starting to think about reselling.
We're going deep, boys.
If I'm interested in doing some bulk buying, and I want to know how many Seattle Space Needles are in the warehouse, and it's 10, 11 o'clock at night, I will call the Barnes & Noble at the Grove in Calabasas, and I'll talk to those people, because to call that area affluent is an understatement, right? And they're nice. They talk to you. They'll answer all your questions. The first time I said, let me call the West Coast, I called Portland, Oregon, because I have family there. And I said, I was wanting to order 125 Space Needles. Is that something you could do? And they acted like I was robbing the store at gunpoint.
Wow.
So there are benefits to Barnes & Noble. You have to know what you're doing. And I think for me, I know what I'm doing, but I'm just hitting a bunch of brick walls.
Yeah. That's interesting, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Bunch of brick walls, no pun intended.
City, your experiences on Barnes & Noble?
Man, nothing that extreme. I'm a little wild here, the gym. It makes me want to dabble in a little bit more. It's definitely caught my eye in the last, 5-6 months a little bit. Just like notorious for just getting comments like, hey, I want to know more about Barnes & Noble, right? And besides the fact, I know they have a great membership program, but I wonder if we can get a little bit down and dirty and exploit them a little bit more for these Lego sales.
I was able to grab a couple retired boys from Barnes last time I was in there. It's just the other 2 Harry Potter books they did. I got the first 4. If they're only doing 2 more, I want to complete the series or whatever. But I went in there looking for other stuff that I didn't find, but then I just stumbled across those kind of recently retired sets in there.
I think I've attempted to do this before, and we always try to smash it in, but it really does seem like this is like a 2-parter, because now we got people bringing up Big Lots, which is interesting.
Oh my god,
dude! Big Lots was the biggest hits, man. Wow.
And now, is this a steady state thing, or is it more of a Black Friday thing?
This was a bust last year, but I think the years prior were. Yeah. They were heavy hitters. They really were. I mean,
I got some half off battle packs at a Party City one time.
The UCS Headwing, the moments, Jim, the Hogwarts whatever moments.
The
icons. Jeez, Hogwarts icons.
They even had that inside of a Big Lots. That's crazy.
Big Lots.
Dude, they had the Mandalorian battle packs. They had the Sith just 50% off. $7.50 for a box of boys. Think about that.
Oh, $7.50 for a box of boys. Nice.
$7.50. That was it.
That
nice.
deserves its own song,
all you can eat, $7.50.
So I guess, guys, that's so maybe just to we'll still chat through it, of course, but I think a really nice way to summarize the hidden gems is it's just that we talked about sort of the mainstream accounts and whatnot, and you could definitely find some stuff there, but there are some sleepers. What was it Joann's, for example, Brent? Joann's, this was during the peak of CMF 24, was it? What was the one that had the orcs in it?
24 or 23,
23, 24, whatever. The one with the orcs and the one with the
Black
Falcon. Yeah. So this was when this channel was at the peak of its me writing for boxes. We did this whole box versus bags.
I remember that.
It was a fun time. Turns out, we have boxes now, and I don't know. I don't know if we like it, but whatever. By the way, we are going to have it for a couple of years because they've already switched the production. So, sorry about that. That being said, where I lived in LA, you could not get an orc, even if you knew what you were feeling for. You just couldn't. You couldn't get that. You couldn't get Benny. You couldn't get any of that. Max from West Coast Bricks mentioned, he's like, you got a Joanne's? I'm like, yeah. I went in, it was like a full case, 3 full cases. So I say that to say this, like, there's some places that you may not even frequent. There's more points of distribution, I guess, than what you guys realize there. So, check some of these places that aren't talked about as much. I think for me, Barnes and Noble is the most mainstream sort of example of where people don't think to go. If I had to pick one, that's like most places have them. I think that's the one that people really sleep on for all the reasons we mentioned. And we glossed over it, Jim. I don't know what the current program is. I know it used to be like $25 a year. You get 10% off in-store sets. I mean, do the math there, guys. If you bought a $200 set, it's paid for that first time. Now they're doing like sort of a Kohl's Cash thing, Jim. I haven't really paid much attention, to be honest, but you still get that 10%, but now you're getting like bonus dollars on top of it. So, it's better than buying it. We talked about Walmart's pretty much full price Jones I'm talking about for buying new. I think Noble's hard to beat. They basically have double VIP all the time. People freak out over double VIP, but like and it's straight cash off. It's not in the form of a credit.
Yeah. It's cash back.
It's cash back, like true cash back.
It is true. Yeah. At least Rakuten's in your bank account, man.
That's right. because cities sometimes said like, that's basically like cash back on some stuff. Like for VIP or Insider, it kind of is for us because we know it's going to be spent. But like I'd always rather pay $90 than to have
$10 to spend later on.
Yeah, I'd rather pay $90 straight up rather than to have a $10 voucher somewhere else. But that's everybody's teach their own. We've all right. Let's get into Kohl's, and then I think we're pretty good on covering off the retailers. Jim, there's been some legendary times at Kohl's. Tyler's been chirping in the chat about it. Without getting into like, I mean, you can give a specific case where things were crazy. We have one we like to talk about on the show, but just in general, I believe it's a spend 50, get 15. Like, what has it been the last few years, and why do people really need to pay attention to Kohl's, particularly online, because in store doesn't have much?
No, you're absolutely right there. I mean, here's the deal for me. Like, I to be honest, I don't gamble. I don't have a gambling problem. But when Kohl's breaks out the Kohl's Cash in the 30% off, like, you have to keep on buying, right?
Right.
Like you just have to do it. And at what point are you like you're? Moments. It's like 2 a.m. You're in a sweat and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, Jim, what are you doing with your life? But I mean, you could essentially, and I'm not trying to be extreme here, and folks call me out on it if I'm incorrect, but you could essentially get things for close to 60% off. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now, to be clear, the reason Jim uses what I like to call a weasel word as essentially is because it is, well, it's not like a diss or anything. It's just because it is a combination of straight cash off, which we covered earlier, and then it is a combination of Kohl's Cash, which those of you that are in the know, you do have, I believe, a 2-week, whatever it is, period to use it. So, little less on the actual hard dollars off side, although sometimes there is. We've seen some crazy just straight cash off deals. But talk about, I guess, use something tangible, Jim. Maybe do like $100 set scenario, and that sets 30% off to start with, and then kind of walk through what that looks like if you were buying.
Yeah, say it's $100 and it's the Boba Fett's throne room. Just say benefits of buying at Kohl's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you do that at Kohl's, so let's say they'll do, we'll be conservative. We'll say 30% off, right? That's not outrageous. Kohl's has done 30% off. There are
Yep.
times they'll do 40% off, and you're like, what? Um, you do that, you get Kohl's cash back, which brings it to, and again, we're trying to be conservative here. You know, 51% off, right? We just want to make it 1 point more than 50% off, and that's a great entry level. And the thing about it is things change all the time, and I agree with the consensus here that in the stores, Kohl's does not have a lot of good things. This has never happened at my Kohl's, but I know for a fact there were some Kohl's that had Assembly Square in the store, right? And people took they bought a lot of stuff online, and then they used that Kohl's cash to buy Assembly Squares.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So yeah, they also have, in addition to Kohl's Cash, and we're not saying you necessarily need to get a card, but that's one of those ones where if you get their card, also, you can get another X% off. They also have, what's the one that's not Kohl's Cash, but it's slowly accrues also.
I think it's something.
Oh, just like in your account.
Is it something bucks? Something.
Maybe.
I know what you're talking about.
It's definitely not Brick Bucks. We know
No.
that.
No, but they did kind of steal Bricktober from, I think, who said
That ain't
Bricktober
it.
first?
Yeah,
No, I
But
know.
no, they had this thing where you got in your balance in the Kohl's app. There's Kohl's Cash, and then there's something. But anyway,
I forget what it's called.
I'm about to
that's-
look at it.
And so the
here in a second.
legendary deal that happened for us was, it was 2 Christmases ago. This is back when Ninjago City Gardens was 300. They were doing 30% off
Kohl's rewards.
Kohl's rewards. Yeah, that's in
I
there
have
too.
$3.20 in mine.
See,
right now.
I'm just saying it all adds up. But they had that. It was 30% off. They were doing the 15 off of every 50 you spent. And then it was like something was going on with rewards. And there was something else. But anyway, yeah, it ended up, to Jim's point earlier, it was more than 50% off of a set that at that point, I think that was January of that year. I think it dropped, or some, it was certainly that calendar year. And I think that's the most interesting thing I'd say from Kohl's from like a takeaway perspective is, I remember the UCS AT-AT the first year it was out was,
Yeah.
I don't think it hit 30, but it was at least 20% off. And then you had all those other things sort of stacking with it. So if you're looking, I've heard of legendary Falcon deals. I think Life Bricks got like 2 for 1 or something. Like, you talk about poor management. There's definitely some leaky pipes over there. So if you can figure out what you got going on, I still want you to sponsor us, Kohl's. We'll help you. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's by design, because here's the other thing, guys. The Kohl's Cash is genius because I used to know the take rate or the redemption rate. It's not as high as people think. People forget, whatever. So
it's like Menards, completely unrelated, but it's that black hole of Menards.
Yeah. So there's a reason they do that kind of stuff. There's a reason why when you go to a theme park, they're like, spend 50 more, we'll give you the annual pass. It's because you play a movie in your mind where you're going to go 5 times, but the reality is you don't. They know exactly on average what the redemption rate is of these Kohl's Cash, and by extension, whatever, how many times you'll go to the theme park. So anyway, if you play it right though, and you're disciplined with it, you can really clean up over there. And I think a lot of people, because, Jim, of what the in-store presence looks like, it's kind of an afterthought for this hobby, but their online game is crazy, especially around.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm in a casino. I have, I mean, I would pull the lever on Kohls.com more than I would on a slot machine that has better odds than I mean, it's great. I love betting on black because Wesley Snipes says you always bet on black, but I love Kohl's online.
Just kind of scrolling through Kohl's online right now. It's not like the set is of too much significance, but what I'm seeing is a closeout deal, $50 friend set for $20. I mean,
just chilling. And
Just
Jim
hanging out. I
and
mean, I
Jim,
don't really need it. I don't think my
live
daughter's
buy,
mentioned it.
live buy, live.
Do we wanna,
$20. I was gonna say.
Let's get the
what's
ISO on
set
Jim.
number?
So the oops, hold on. Let me scroll up.
Let's get an ISO on Jim for
So the
this one.
set number for this is 41, 42, 8.
Christo's who's gonna clear him out first? Here we go.
He's going first. $20 closeout deal. $50.
Add to cart.
friend
Add to
set.
cart. Add to cart.
Friends Beach House.
Add to cart.
All right, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Oh wait, this is out of stock now. Sorry guys.
See,
Unless
did someone in
know
the
that-
Girth gang swoop him?
So,
Oh, dude.
They sniped it.
someone
Oh,
sniped.
41-82-8. I don't even see that.
oh, really?
41 or 41, 42, 8. Yeah,
Oh, 42.
the Friends Beach House. But now
Regional
it's out of
pricing. That's another thing we haven't even gotten
Or
into.
it's-
But
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, yeah.
stock. Man,
that
that's
happens too.
crazy.
Big time. They know your IP. They know where you're coming from. In store too. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff like that.
Closeout deal.
But yeah,
So
just to we'll get into weekly pickups, which is always funny for Jim and City because Jim could be like, "Well, the Tiger got 600 of them on a boat on the way over here." And oh, sorry, we texted about the Tiger. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm kidding. I talk a lot. I don't really say anything. So let's tie this up in a bow. I think, like, guys, if you're open to it, I mean, we're still early here. Maybe we could do like in the midst of this thing, maybe
Yeah,
like
this
in a
is-
month, just like as a check-in. Now that we've kind of set the table on where people should look, we could kind of be like, here's who
Yeah.
actually delivered. Maybe we could do
There's
that
a-
like
It's,
a month
it's gonna
or
get
6.
it's gonna get wild. So I'm
There's another
up for it.
closeout.
If
There's
you
another
want dated,
closeout deal.
okay.
Sold out though, but it was a $10 friend set for $4. It was just a beach
Is that the
rescue,
waterfall
but
one?
no, it's got like a vehicle and it has a shark that focus in.
Oh, City.
City
Lego
set.
Oh, city.
Is it? Yeah, yeah. But that shark, I don't know. I mean, it's a basic shark, but $4.
Jim
closeout
has a
deal.
case of Palpatine. What's going on over there? I'm gonna have to make a house call. You got Palpatine arrest on case? What?
I do.
Could you imagine, like, because they're doing Kohl's Cash right now, just
Finding
basic, the basic
500 of
$10
those.
for 50. But yeah, could you imagine finding the closeout deal and like just maxing it out?
All right, guys. But yeah, I think like this. I think we kind of set the tabs on this. I
Yeah.
think everybody is
Set
got.
tabs.
If you didn't get at least a couple little nugs from this, replay gang it. I think there was plenty here to chew on. I like I said, I'd like to revisit like in season in the midst of it. But City, you were kind of saying you feel like this is finish your thought. It's gearing up to be a wild one.
It's gearing up, and a silent player in here, I think, has been like stackable. Lego.com's been doing a good job.
Yes,
They really
even
have.
touch on that. Yeah.
They went from being just the worst, in my opinion, the absolute worst. They never had deals and sales, in my opinion, and they're up there and stacking promos, stacking double points, stacking. They've done a good job.
They're actually beating their retail partners because I'm with you. Whenever they would say, all right, it's Black Friday, we're having a sale, it would be what Target has on a Wednesday. It's like,
exactly. It
we're
wasn't
being
even
so
couldn't even call
generous.
it a sale. Yeah.
we're giving you 20% off. And a lot of times it was 20% off, including VIP, and it was like,
What?
that's
Hold
gone
on.
now. You keep
$40.
pulling up things that are way
Yeah,
sold
but
out.
it says, but to another
Why?
point here, it says free store pickup in my area. My Kohl's has had like 10 of those for the longest time. So if you got a Kohl's near you and you
Brent,
see
go
one of
add
these
to-
closeouts,
Add to cart. Let's go. I need that.
It doesn't
Screenshot
give me-
that and
it
take
doesn't
to
give me-
Target tomorrow.
Mine says
oh,
But that's full size old Yoda. That's not baby Yoda. That thing's been retired for 2 years.
I don't know that it's retired.
Full size Yoda? Yeah, he is.
Is it
It
retired?
is.
Full size Yoda?
Maybe that's
What's
why
his-
it's just saying
Yeah, you're right.
free store pickup for me because I know and if they're still there, maybe somebody went in there and got them all. But like my Kohl's did have just like a back stock of that full size normal Yoda forever. So maybe
Brent's the
that's
king
why.
of the sold listings over here.
I'm just showing you what I see. You know what I mean? While we're talking about
Ooh,
it.
it's getting into Tyler's range. The Kohl's 3-pack mech. I think City called that out as 38 now. So
Yeah.
that's good. But yeah, guys, I mean, this was a nice,
It's a build-up.
entree to that. Again, some of this stuff you literally could do hours upon hours, like we said on Kohl's and all that. But in the interest of keeping it moving, weekly pickups. Brent, you were teasing some stuff earlier. What would you like to share with the class?
Here is the nothing crazy, just a little 30% off. But here's the Amazon buy.
Nice.
Wanted it for a
yet.
while. I
Yeah.
love the game. Yeah, I didn't have it yet. Needed to get at least one, but 70 for that feels a lot better than 100. Not that it's like terrible at 100, but
No, we've seen a smattering of those at 50 or so. I don't know, City, you might have seen some. Have any dip to 40 or anything? This is all in store, by the way, Brent. So you'd have to like be there to get it. But look, anytime you get 30 and you don't have to drive anywhere, or spend a lot of time. I guess that's the other takeaway, Jim. Right? Is not maybe base hits are okay too.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take it for what it is. There was times where, I mean, I don't want to call myself an elitist, but I was only about online arbitrage, right? I mean, the UPS driver would ring my doorbell and he would say, "Are you ready to get to work?" And I'd say, "I'm ready to open up the garage door for you." But you got to go in the trenches, and it's a good thing, right? You're doing your own market research. And besides, if you're an escort and you grab all your groceries at Target and you go down the Lego aisle, I mean, you could write that off for doing market research. So,
Fair enough.
so I gotta know, Jim. I mean, if you know off the top of your head, but like, so UPS guy pulls up. What's the like record amount of like the highest number of like individual packages? Off top of your head, does maybe
so I don't know what the actual number of boxes was, but when he delivered $20,000 worth of U.S. capitals, like I felt a little uncomfortable.
I'm sure he was like, "What's going on here?"
I'm like he laughed and dude, they're not happy. They're not happy. And even the Amazon drivers.
I mean, it's got to be a whole truck full. Almost.
I'm looking at the garage, and I was confident when I pulled the trigger, but psychology plays a lot into anything, especially Lego, right? Whether you're a reseller or not. And I'm like, am I making the best life choices for me and my family right now? Like I have some hesitation, and I'm like, and not only that, I'm like, well, there's only one person that's going to carry this down to the basement. But yeah, it's and it worked out good.
There you go. Any weekly pickups? I mean, I don't know if you guys want to mix business with.
I got a couple more, Sean.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I only showed the BD one. So I just opened live unboxing. Just opened this box. Hype.
Exclusive.
I forgot I was even getting this, but this is that GWP.
Nice.
Even completely forgot.
Oh, I know
That's
it's
a-
about
Even
that.
getting this.
I know
good
It's kind
one.
of cool. The box art's kind of fire for this whole thing.
I wish
It's
they'd
a
bring
cool.
that
It's a
back.
cool gift of purchase.
Yeah.
Might not be
It's
worth
cool.
crazy amount, but I thought it was cool.
Nah, I'm just cool to get a little pirate. It's a scary pilot island, so we might build it tomorrow night with the fam. We got a little Halloween display. I got the haunted house on display proudly in my living room.
I saw your Instagram story.
It's like it's the most expensive set I've ever been able to put somewhere outside of my Lego room. And then we got what Sean likes to call, and the Girth gang included, a box of joys. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a box of boys, you got a box of joys.
Box of joys, yeah. Christmas joy, spread the cheer.
Had to get one.
Spread the cheer.
Stud City, do you like that set?
I do. Like investment wise.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
It's gonna be interesting the way that
I mean, the 3-month shelf life is just absolutely
Yeah,
crazy.
you can't beat
it
that.
really is.
I mean, like you said, do fish swim in water?
Right.
I generally like the set too. I already built one. I've already started snagging some up, but nothing too crazy. But enjoyable set.
I would love to see this become kind of an every year kind of thing. Like they could do an original trilogy one, they could do a prequel one, they could do a Clone Wars one. Like there's a lot of avenues they could go down with.
They could do a
stuff
Book
like
of Boba
this.
Fett one. They could do a.
Probably
Did
not.
you guys watch the Lego holiday special for
Yeah.
Christmas? That's what
Yeah.
it's from, right?
Right.
So I don't know, like maybe if they did a scene from like Terrifying Tears, like the Halloween one, or like the,
Oh yeah.
the summer with Palpatine on
Yeah.
the beach or something. I don't know.
I just love the idea of, something outside the advent calendar,
Right.
or even other advent calendars that kind of gives us something like this. But
I'm a sucker for Star Wars minifigs with Christmas sweaters. I don't know why,
oh yeah,
but I freaking love it.
that
It just-
Christmas Palpatine.
It just goes.
that Christmas Palpy's gonna be nice, and the snowy Ewok. That's a dope one too.
Yeah.
But all right, this other thing over here.
Waiting on that to hit low 20s, possibly lower, before I get into that Advent. Is this the main event, Brent?
This other thing over here is it's large. I'm trying to show my address there. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean,
You don't need to. You don't need to open it. It's all right.
But I already hucked it in front of the camera here. Snagged a Razor Crest. How did it-
Nice.
I mean, double VIP, 419.99 was 600. It's already back up to 600, so it feels good to see it go back to 6. And then just knowing what you got it for, and the double VIP. I would have never got this set for full price, Jones, but
And a promo.
yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I had to jump on it. Got a little my birthday's coming up. Got a little birthday money from mom, Oh.
There you go.
Would have never got that set for full price. I mean, like I like the Mandalorian a lot. I will never not think about how that set came out. Like as the ship got destroyed in universe, like the timing for that was kind of unfortunate. I mean, still an iconic ship, but it's kind of crazy that we got it for a season and a half and it's gone.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I know it's a little bit polarizing out there.
Tyler loves this set.
Me this week, I only got. There was a Bricks and minifigs in Louisville, and after going
Shout
around,
out.
yeah, Oh, you did? Okay,
That's 20 minutes from my house, man. I could have
Really?
met you there.
My sister lives down there.
really?
Yeah.
My sister.
Oh, I
is,
thought you.
yeah.
Well, shoot. Well, anyways, it was literally for 45 minutes. I had to run over. I mean, we still could have made it happen, but anyway, after pondering and walking around, no one will ever be able to guess what it was. So I'll just tell you, it was the buildable R2D2 that was oversized, that was in the poly bag that goes with the UCS X-wing. So
okay.
So the R2 that comes with the new X-wing is terribly undersized. They had this one that's I don't even know how to describe the scale, but it looks perfect on the new UCS X-wing. So I grabbed that for 15, I think, and that was it. I don't know. There wasn't anything else that was crazy, but pretty slow. But it's always cool to go in there and see what they have with the built stuff. And when you're on the road, I didn't have much room to take anything. I wasn't tempted by much anyhow.
I've been
City,
in that
you're always
very
getting
location.
things flying in and out. So is there just like one or two highlights? Probably both of you, because you guys
Sure.
could probably do your pickups for.
Oh, dude, I spent a few thousand this week. I mean, why I have no idea. I bought. I'm gonna say with just because we're on the chat, I did get 2 Razor Crests. I was only gonna dispose it. I got one, but I was gonna keep one sealed. So that's, I mean, shoot, $1,000, right? I grabbed the land speeder. I didn't have one, wanted for the personal, and then a couple gun chips as well. And then, yeah,
What were the caps on those? 5? Were there caps on those?
On the gun ship?
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only grabbed 2. But... Yeah, I probably should have grabbed the third just to snag. But... And then
280 is good, so good. For
it was great, and I think Rakuten had decent cash back as well.
8%.
I think it was 8 or 10.
It's
Yeah.
higher than the normal 2.
Higher than the normal, right?
Yeah.
And then I got a nice, I don't know, choosing words here. Some early sets. That was really stoked about.
Ooh.
There you go.
All right, stay tuned to Stud City for more on that.
Stay tuned.
Jim, any notable pickups that you want to share with the class? I know inventory is literally flowing in and out of there every day, but
so the last thing I bought was the gunship on the deal. I mean, it was one of those things. It was on my list forever, and it was go big or go home, right? So I pulled the trigger on that. I am due between now and the end of the week to go to my local Lego store, which is like 7 minutes from that Bricks and Minifigs. And let me tell you guys, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I sure as hell feel weird. It's one thing to go and buy a bunch of Lego sets at the Lego store, but it's another thing to buy like $250 of brickheads, right? I mean, it kind of you kind of pop up on the radar, right?
Pretty legendary though.
Yeah, and then you take it to your car, and then you go to Annie M's Pretzels, and then you see if the cashier's on their lunch break, and then you do it again. But yeah, you know what? Real quick, I will say a set that I think is a hidden gem is I forget the price point on it. And Sean, you're the one that brought it to me. To my attention before anybody else, that Land Rover, that yellow Land Rover, yeah. So, yeah. So I'm due to drop $250 at the Lego store before the end of the week.
nice.
Yeah, nice.
That Land Rover. Nice.
One other.
That Land Rover, the little guy. Yeah,
the little
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just sitting out there, man. I was like, I think Jim would like this one. Yeah. Thought of him immediately. Yeah.
One other pickup I want to mention is it's kind of frustrating. It's Target. Target has the 332nd for what was it, $14.99, $15.99? But again, stack that red card, 5% off right off the get go. But they limit you to three copies. But you can just keep placing orders.
Right? Yeah.
So
go kamikaze, baby.
So yeah. Don't be discouraged, guys. That's another advice I'd give you. Just keep placing orders if you just want to stack up on those sales.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, guys, I was having to take care of something there, but I caught the gist of it. Yeah, Target. I don't know. They all have their little tweaks, but again, this is a whole nother subject. Jim just introduced buying crazy volume. Like there's so many different facets to it. But again, guys, Dubs in the chat. These guys are fantastic. We get to kind of creep into the mind of two guys who are doing it real time. But then they're also, again, I view this as a service. You don't have to do it for what these guys do is a service. You don't have to do this to go buy $20,000 worth of state capitals like Jim. I mean, if you just needed one of those,
right,
it's still fantastic because you're still going to get the same deal he does. You just don't need 9,000 of them. That's what Jim wants to do with this. So, like everybody can be a winner, scaled down to whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. So, yeah. Anything else to cover off on? Obviously, everybody knows who you guys are. Go check out Jim at Wolf of Bricks, Stud City over at Stud City. Brent at Brent's Bricks when he makes another video. When's the next vid coming? Is it going to come in May, just before Brick World next year? Or
probably do what I did last year and just post the 2023 Brick World vlogs a week before 2024 Brick World. A little something like that
to build the hype.
Yeah, a little something like that.
We have to all figure out when to start hype season. What do you think, City? Around March, we should really start hype season?
I think
for
January.
January.
As soon as it becomes 2024.
It's Brick World season.
Shout out to Brick World Mark, who did pop in. Hoping to do some really cool stuff with them this year at Brick World. Your boys got ideas. I always have ideas. So we're hoping to get some really cool stuff done, kind of build on last year at an already incredible time and event. So
Yeah.
Don't launch me into talking that. And yeah, guys, once again, huge shout out before we wrap on getting us to 2K. I think it's always good to have those milestones, but it's really, just to start. We're going to continue to build this thing. We understand that, it's a super niche thing that we do, but a lot of you guys ride with us and appreciate it, and that motivates us to keep it going. Moments is saying we need 5 more likes, boys.
Yeah.
Five more likes for you in
Yeah.
stream.
5 more
Any of you
likes.
guys are still around, perhaps you were driven here by our friends Jim and Cristo, and this is your first time here and you liked what you saw, definitely give us a like and a sub. We have found that we bring guests on, and a lot of those guys stick around, and it's pretty cool. So, yeah, you guys are welcome anytime to come hang. And those of you on replay, gang, if you made it all the way to the end of the show, we see you. We appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, looking forward to next week. It's just going to get crazier, I think.
I think it's a delicate season because it's been so tense, right? The economy's just been tense, and people they're freeing up a little bit, and you're starting to see sales, and it's driving people to like, okay, I think I'm going to buy a couple things here and there. It's exciting times. I have a lot of faith for this next 2 months. I really do, especially Black Friday, obviously. Gives me goosebumps. Black Friday goosebumps.
Yeah, and again, just to reiterate, so Black Friday is no longer an isolated event. It is the season. Everybody,
it's Q4. Call it Q4.
It's Q4 because this fall Prime Day, that is now the real start of Black Friday. It just is. I'm seeing it in our numbers. Whether you're a holiday or a giftable sort of thing, it's no longer like everything is crammed into this. It used to be a 1-day spectacle. Then it became, with the Cyber Monday, a 2-day spectacle. And then it became early access the Wednesday before. And it's become this, what they call Turkey 5. Even that's blown to, and that means the 5-day stretch. Right. Anyway, it's been blown to smithereens. So, like, it's time for everybody to be on your toes. If there's stuff you've been wanting for a long time, I think with the economy, and again, do what you guys can afford to do. Don't go nuts. Don't be irresponsible. I think we should always underline that. But I will say, if there's stuff you've been meaning to buy anyway and you can catch it on a deal, now's the time. I think with the economy doing what it's doing, Lego way overproducing, Lego putting way too many girthy heater, $500, $400 boys on the shelf. I mean, there was a stretch there where we might still be on that stretch where every month we're getting a $500 set. And that used to be something that happened once in a blue moon.
Yeah,
right.
So,
yeah,
times have changed. I think the elasticity, I think we're going to see stuff start to come down, I think, next year. So this could be like kind of a golden era for big girthy boy sets. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep this pace, but
I don't think so. Yeah.
That being said, enjoy it while it lasts. One last thing we didn't touch on real quick. Get out to your Costco's, because now's the time where they start hacking and slashing everything at Costco's. We should have touched on that. In fact, check there first before you do anything else, because there's some wild stuff happening there.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll say on that is enjoy that while it lasts too, because there is no way on earth they're going to take that many L's for that many years in a row. Costco is losing. I know what their margins are. All of us are high-fiving and going like $12 Boba Fett, palaces. I'm telling you, somebody's taking a whooping on that somewhere. Yeah. Like, trust me. So, like, get out there, go out there, get it, as Jim would say, while you still can, because some of this gravy train isn't lasting long. Once they right set some of this stuff, I don't know. It's gonna be a golden era of promos, but they don't stay rich off of giving this stuff away. I'll tell you that. So,
well said. By the way, thank you, chat. We have hit 100 likes, 107. Appreciate you guys.
I can sleep well tonight.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Shout out
Thanks,
to you boys.
guys. Love you guys.
Yep. Any closing thoughts, Jim? Anything?
Just enjoy Q4. Things happen a lot. I mean, if it doesn't matter if you're a reseller or a collector, have a network of people that that will shoot you a text if they see a good deal and return the favor.
There you go.
Happy hunting.
If you have no friends, wolfofbricks.com/deals page.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Brent, any closing thoughts? It's an exciting time of year.
It's happy hunting. I mean, I got a little bit of a taste of it so far with the UCS Razor Crest for $180 off. But I'm ready to grab some more stuff, man. So
He's
I'm
hungry.
ready for it. Happy hunting.
Hungry.
In City,
Yes.
I mean, it goes without saying. Daily vids,
Daily vids.
great community posts. He's got his Discord thing. Like, I think between these two guys, I feel the way about them as sources as I feel about Falcon
About
Fan
Falcon.
for
Yep.
the juice. You know what I mean? So, like, I'd loop you guys into who I trust and rely on, and it's awesome to be able to call them friends too, above and beyond all the stuff that they do in the Lego space. These are great dudes, trust me. So,
Yeah.
that being said, for our good friends, Cristo, aka Stud City, for Jim, aka the Wolf of Bricks, rocking those Bret Hart. Look at these shades, guys. We got to get a zoom in on that. He is tripping. Autographed too. He doesn't play around. For Brent, actually wearing a piece of Last Jedi merch on his head.
Don't read that. Don't read that too close.
And for myself,
Don't read
Sean,
that.
the right way, rocking Good Morning Brick World hat.
Hey, shout out.
This little show, we tried to cram as much as we could into it. I think we did a nice job in a decently tight package. And we look forward to seeing you right here each and every week, because we are a couple of brickheads.
Yeah.
Enjoy Q4, y'all.
Happy hunting.
Peace.